Hello.
Hello.
We got some folks running late.
I noticed that Cody was born late, so it's expected.
I got you. How are you doing,
Mm.
fine sir?
Oh, good. Finally getting to take a break. Man, I had three of our kids, and of course we went to the river, and it was crowded down there. It's a big area they call Snaggy Bend, and man, they put on a hell of a fireworks show at night.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I mean, it's better than our city puts out. I mean, it's 45 minutes at least, 45 minutes, just
Damn it.
nonstop. Yeah. It's a bunch of old military veterans on it, and it's a private beach. Guests only come down there, but there's still a shit ton of people. So I was wore out after that because I'm watching. I got two kids out in the water, one playing up in the sand with a friend, and my head's just on a swivel the whole time.
Yeah.
I told the wife to go enjoy herself, and I'd be the DD this trip, but next time it's my turn.
Well, you want to tell the folks what they're watching?
Well, hopefully Cody and I will be covering the Dawn of the Deads on this episode. And everybody, welcome to the Backwoods Horror Show with
Yeah.
producer Poe and hopefully Cody and yours truly.
Yeah, I think he's trying to connect right now, so he might be having some technical difficulties.
He might be mad. Poor guy had all kinds of difficulties over the weekend. The well went out.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. They thought it was just a shorted out wire, but no, they weren't that lucky.
Oh, man.
So if I know Cody, he found the wire, fixed the wire, dropped the pump back down in there, and it didn't work. So he had to pull it again.
Yeah, it's been a while. I took a little bit of a leave of absence from all my shows.
Yeah,
because I've just been vacationing and Cody, you sent me a text. I'm like, Cody didn't send me anything. I know it's the Monday that you don't usually do it, but I know it. It's 4th of July and everything, man.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to start messaging you too, just to make sure.
Well, yeah, not like, hey, I'm ready. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
We're ready for what?
Cody's bad about thinking he already did it or messaged you or called you and never did. So.
It's been crazy. It's that time of year, man. I mean, everybody's doing vacation stuff, and of course, 4th of July is tomorrow, and so yeah, we're good to go. And Mr. Nanners is in the chat already.
Awesome.
He said he loves the
Mr.
Dawn.
Nanners.
Yeah, Mr. Nanners.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah,
I thought this would be a good show. I got a good idea for not the next show, but the one after. It will happen to fall on July 31st, if I looked at the calendar right. And that is the anniversary of Mr. Rowdy Roddy Piper's death. So I was thinking we could do some Rowdy Roddy Piper movies on that one.
Hey, Mahoney's here. Hey, Mahoney.
Hey, Mr. Mahoney.
The usual suspects are in the chat this evening, so that's good.
Yes.
We at least got 2 people watching us, and of course we are running full steam ahead on Rumble as well. We're on Rumble.
Awesome.
Wherever
you said before on Rumble there is a way to donate. I believe you mentioned.
Yeah. There is a way. I think you go to Backwoods Horror Show on there, and there is where you can subscribe. For probably like $1 or $5 a month or whatever you want to give, just to show a little love to these guys. But yeah, there's a way to set up some other stuff too, which we'll talk about that at a later date. The locals thing. I think it's locals, and that way you can make exclusive content and all that stuff. So it might be better than having someone go to Patreon when you can just go to the channel on Rumble and there it is. Everything's there. So
hell yeah,
of course, Mahoney. You know what? I might. Cody's fighting his laptop. I might have to have Mahoney jump on here if he wants. I don't know what you think about that.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And now Will there also be a way, like they can donate to the not just the Backwoods, but everybody of Dog Nut Media?
I have to make a separate channel for that. I have
Okay.
to, if we do a collective channel, which is something I've been tinkering with, but I like that everybody has their own destination.
Yeah.
That way,
Gotcha.
you know, whoever likes that kind of stuff can go straight to it, and you guys have your fans and family
Cool.
and everybody that listen to it. I don't know. It's something I've been tinkering with.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I don't know.
So,
We'll see what the future holds. Hold on, he's actually, let's see, wink. I'm gonna do my little producer thing here,
all right.
and let me duck out. I'm still here. You'll still see me, but I gotta close the window. What the hell, man? Why don't they make this shit easier? Or maybe I just need to get smarter with it. I'm not sure what needs to happen here. Oh man, I got him right on Messenger right there. Should be getting it, Rob. All right. I just sent him the invite. Hopefully he gets it. My computer's been acting weird too with that kind of shit. But yeah, man. We had fun, went on vacation and saw, you know, Orlando and went to Universal Studios, did all that stuff. A lot of walking. A lot of fucking walking. It was funny because people were like, did you go here? I was like, yeah, I went to the Simpsons, you know, land or whatever, Springfield, and I went there, you know, Jurassic Park, and they're like, what about Harry Potter? And I'm like, I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. Never have been.
Not either.
You know,
I'm not either.
So I don't know. I just, but it looked neat. I mean, if you're into that stuff, then yeah, go for it. But I don't know. I'm different, man. I watched like 3 of the movies and they were good, but I wasn't like a super fan. So I don't know. A super fan would enjoy that. And then they told me you buy these $50 wands, dude. These freaking $50, I think maybe more, to activate crap in the little section of that park. So yeah, it's weird. Like you just go up to like little rinky-dink things and you can like touch it with the wand or something, and it lights up, or you know, just weird stuff.
Yeah,
weird stuff. Oh, here's Father Mahoney here right now.
Kind of gimmicky shit there, just to milk a little money out of you.
I guess
because you know, if you got kids. You know, if you got kids into it and you walk up there with 3 or 4 of them, oh, yeah, we're going to hit the Harry Potter thing. And for $50, you get a magical wand. You're like, you motherfucker.
Mommy, Daddy, I want that. There he is, Father Mahoney, the podcasting chosen warrior.
How you doing, Mahoney?
Caught him right in the middle of dinner.
I know. I just got home like about half an hour ago, so I made myself a frozen pizza. I was eating my pizza, watching you guys, and I was like, "Hey, you want to be on the show? Sure."
Yeah, why not?
Just bring my pizza with me.
You bring it. Is it now? What is it? Is it Tostinos or DiGiorno or what do we got? What are we working with?
It's called Tony's. I don't know if you guys have Tony's.
Yeah, we got Tony's.
Yeah, it's right underneath the Great Value pizzas at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's like
I used to buy pizza. I used to do a New Year's Eve party at my place every year, and I would buy stacks of those because I could throw like 2 or 3 of them in the oven at a time and cook them for everybody. And I usually had the smoker going out there with the deer leg and shit in it. And
yeah.
You know,
they had a 50-50 chance if the deer leg turned out worth the shit, depending how drunk I got and if I forgot about it.
Jeez.
I'll tell you, I talk shit about it, but yet Tony's pizza is actually not that bad.
No,
I bought a Red Baron. You know, Red Baron's a big name, and I bought it the other day, and I couldn't even eat the red. I threw it out. It was disgusting.
I noticed Red Baron, it burns a lot. Like if you don't watch it, it will burn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like it gave me bad indigestion too.
Yeah.
They had changed their sauce or something. Oh. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Nancy. But I can chat on Rumble, but I got to go to Rumble. Sorry. Everything's a mess right now, okay?
It's still working it out, folks.
It is.
Yeah, I know. I left a comment on Rumble, and I was like, why is he acknowledging me?
We are still a pretty new network, and we're on an even newer platform on Rumble, and we're still working the kinks out of it. So just bear with us, folks.
Yeah.
Well, if you're watching the show, you've been bearing with us, but that's besides the point.
Hey, the numbers are good though. I mean, they're not crazy numbers, but I mean they're numbers. So
yeah,
they're better than YouTube.
Isn't it about 300 right now, or over 300?
I think so.
No shit.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I will say this: YouTube is about to get a lot fucking worse for independent creators. It's about to get a lot worse. And you know, if you want certain types of views, if you want to go like a certain amount, like if you want like 1.3K or whatever, you're paying for that. You have to pay for advertising. You have to pay like some sort of, what are they called, like a firm or something. You got to pay them to get those higher views. When in the past, you could have just had a show like this one, and then you just gather a following. And I think Rumble does that a lot better than anything else right now. Because YouTube is just, it's garbage, man. It's like, it's about to get worse, a lot worse. You could have everything all in line, but if you don't have a sponsor, you're not going to go to the head of the pack. You're like a Tony's Pizza at Walmart underneath the Great Value.
Well, look, they just kicked Lloyd Kaufman's channel off of YouTube.
How do you kick off trauma? Oh my God! Thank you for reminding me.
I'm like, my God, how and why? You already had to have an account to watch their stuff because YouTube is rated like if it's got titties and shit in it, you have to prove you're a certain age, you know, and have an actual YouTube account before you can view it. And they just kicked him plumb off like, well, this isn't the kind of stuff we want on our platform. I'm like, fucking what?
Blew my freaking mind, man.
So like, you remember?
How do you do that? Go ahead, Ron.
You know, remember that last episode? It wasn't the music that got it wasn't even a strike. It was just a copyright. It was actually the video for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Mm-hmm. That's the one that got us copyright. And I was like, what the fuck? It's not even music.
Yeah. It's just, YouTube is getting ridiculous.
I'm telling you, it's so dumb. Oh,
like I just told the chat that I'm gonna hold off the Maximum Overdrive until I'm on Rumble because that's all AC/DC. Like shit, we'll probably get like 10 strikes for that shit.
Hey, here's the prodigal son. He is here.
Okay,
he is here.
It's good of you to finally join us, Lassie. Glad you could join the party.
I do what I can. You know, I like to pop in every now and then.
Holy shit, your voice sounds bad.
For you.
Yeah, I'm on my damn phone because my laptop is a piece of shit.
Oh, that's right. You don't have an iPhone, do you? Yeah, you got the shitty Android. That's why he sounds like shit, folks. Right. I'm on an iPhone. I sound fine.
Picture though. I mean, I'm sure I look at least 10 years older on my Android though.
You did, dude. I didn't even recognize you. I was like, "Who's this old man in here?"
The old lady just posted a picture from last year when I went to Freedom Fest up at the fairgrounds, and I looked at it and I was like, holy shit, whenever she shared it, I was like, wow, I look older than that. And then I realized it was from last year.
Dude, you low-blowed yourself.
I did.
I'm going to tell you, I want to say something real quick. If Cody could read like from the 1978 film when they're like, the dead are roaming the streets and everything. He sounds like he's on a radio right now. He sounds like he's like,
right? That bad on here?
No, but
that
we
is
can
perfect
hear you
for this.
Yes,
because that's one of my key points in my notes on there is all the news broadcasts and shit like that. You do. You sound like a 70s news broadcast.
Like way more than everything.
It's pretty cool.
Nice. I like it.
Thank God you already had Rob as a backup.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got him in the middle of dinner.
He's eating a Tony's pizza.
See?
Yeah, I noticed there are the bite marks on the side, and it's not eaten in the middle.
Oh, damn it. God, let us come out blow guns blazing, dude. Freaking Rob. Rob didn't do anything.
I'm sorry. they put up all the whole catalog of Banana Laser episodes on Spotify. So I
was just gonna mention that too.
Awesome.
And some of the Skeleton Crew is coming back up too.
Yeah, new episodes. Yeah, well, I don't know, Bare Bones. I don't know if we're going to get new episodes of Skeleton Crew, but Banana Laser may or may not have some new stuff coming. So hopefully,
that would be awesome. I'd love to see a new banana. If any of you guys watching, if you don't know who Banana Laser is, look them up on Spotify. You will not be disappointed. If you're listening to us for entertainment, you will be blown the fuck away if you listen to Banana Laser.
Yeah, they're probably not eating pizza and drinking beer.
They have equally talented producer, but but their hosts are actually talented too. It's it's quite entertaining at times. But
they're not just.
They started out in 2013, 10 years ago, and ran for a few years. And just such a great show. The production level is awesome. They do all kinds of skits and fake commercials and stuff on there.
And some guy named Mahoney shows up every once in a while.
I left a turd in the punch bowl and all that good shit. But it created some of the best controversy you could ever had. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Hey, I gotta ask you too. Who was more entertaining to laugh at, me, Montgomery, or Darn?
Oh man.
Not taking anything away from you, Father. Not taking anything away. But man, I don't know. Probably Darnell.
I was gonna say Darnell too.
Because I was, really the whole Banana Laser Father Mahoney feud. It lasted like a split second, and Dave Z's them adding you as a character, an actual character on the show, and Dave Z's impersonation of you doing the character of Father Mahoney.
Oh, it was spot on.
It was like one of those 80s sitcoms where it starts off with the first season. You got the character, the villain, kind of like Boss Hogg and the Dukes of Hazzard, and then he by the end of the show's run became more or less like an extended member of the family of the main characters. So
But Darnell will always be known for, what is a banana laser? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. I was about to say that became the main opening of the show. What even is a banana laser? That was like the opening for the show forever after that. So
they never answered that question either. What was a banana laser?
No, Matt, it was a private joke between him and his dad.
Oh, okay.
And he never told us what that joke was, but
yeah.
And I think it's better that way.
Thanks for ruining it now.
Well, you're welcome.
So,
since you're here, I'm gonna duck out real quick. I'll be popping in and out every now and again.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys. Yeah, have a good one.
So
you guys want me to hang around?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen the original Dawn of the Dead, so.
I was just thinking that, and I had full intentions of watching a couple different versions of it before we did this show, and then I had just a really, really shitty end to my holiday weekend, which extended through Monday.
Yeah.
But had a great Saturday with the kids at Freedom Fest here in good old Ripley County, USA.
Nice.
And my oldest daughter was in the Little Miss Current River pageant. She scored first runner-up.
Nice.
I'm big on the pageants, but she enjoys them, so
Yep.
But yeah, everything went great. We shot off a shit ton of fireworks Saturday night. Lit myself on fire a couple times, the usual. But
That's nothing new.
And then we woke up Sunday morning with no water. And any of you folks that live in the city or any urban areas that have city or county water, which as most folks do, that's not an issue for you. But all us rural folks, we most of us, the city or even county water doesn't reach us. No. So we have basically old school holes drilled in the ground with an electric pump.
Some dickhead, don't let him lie to you. Some dickhead come and cut the rope on their well and drop the bucket down in the well.
I was gonna say, why do you get the well water?
Yeah. Somebody stole my bucket. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks whenever you have pump problems.
Never mind. It's right here. It's right. My bucket's right here. I filled it full of ice and put my beer in it. I mean.
Oh, I forgot to mention our unofficial sponsor, Cody.
Dun, 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 dun.
And happy 4th of July, everyone. Or
hell yes.
3rd, but happy early 4th of July. Go out and get yourself, if you're a beer drinker, go get yourself a cold
PBR
Pabst Blue Ribbon, the official beer of America.
Yeah. And let's not leave out our other unofficial sponsor. How the hell do you pronounce them? Yingling.
Yanglong?
Yes. Let me get it out of the can koozie I'm about to do for a fresh. All right.
Yingling. I thought you were going to say Henry Rollins was our other sponsor.
The pump was out
America's
of CPR again, was they?
No, I really like the bottled Yingling. I like them better than the can. They're a complete different flavor.
Well, they're green. They're green, and which is odd because the ones you drink out of the can taste more green.
They taste more watery to me out of the can. But yeah, it's America's oldest brewery.
Yeah, only rivaled by the America's second oldest brewery, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I'll move myself down here. Sorry, I just popped in.
Oh, you're good.
Somebody's got to carry this show, Aaron.
Oh God! Yeah. Don't rely on my.
I know you can't. You can't, Cody.
Cody couldn't host a show to save his own life.
I'll drink to that.
And I don't know shit about shit, so.
Or the more you don't know.
The more you don't know.
The more you don't know.
Don't know. You don't know shit.
This is a show where you feel like you're sitting around at a campfire at one of y'all's properties and just BSing, and we're not here to impress anybody. And I like that. I like that about the show.
Yeah.
And it works out great because nobody's impressed.
Yeah, you can come into this show with low expectations and leave with the same.
Yeah.
If you're expecting a serious show, folks, you came to the wrong place.
And we're down a couple of listeners already. No, and the views.
We just lost all of our listeners, which was one.
You know what pisses me off about this whole thing with
you off.
What pisses me off?
Wait, isn't that already a segment?
Yeah, that's on another show. Oh Lord! No, what makes me mad is that we're connected to Rumble through StreamYard, but it doesn't show the views. We have views on there right now. We have views.
Really?
Yes. And it doesn't show here because it says 0. But I mean, whatever. Yeah. Screw
probably
YouTube.
Probably some more kinks we got to work out.
I don't know.
No, I think it's pretty new.
It's it's nothing on our end. It's just how it is.
I'm just thrilled that we're getting views on Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I said it was 300 something now.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's amazing. I mean, even if it's just people just scrolling past it, thanks for scrolling past.
I did have a question for Cody because you came in kind of late. We were talking about the Trauma being removed from YouTube. What did you think about that? Did you know that happened? Trauma's channel got removed from YouTube. I wanted your take on that.
No, didn't they have like their full catalog there, or most of it?
Most of it,
yeah.
but a lot of it's on Tubi. They also I subscribe to that app, Night Flight, which is awesome, and they have a channel on there. I mean, it's, and of course they have their own Trauma now. I don't think they have it anymore. I think they did.
Do you think that Lloyd sold? He's getting pretty old now. You think he sold out now that?
No, he's pissed. He is pissed. That
it's got to have something to do with the mainstream Toxic Avenger remake with Peter Dinklage starring. That were
YouTube. The only message he got from YouTube was it's not content that they want on their platform. Is the message they gave him. Yes.
Now that makes sense.
I follow Lloyd on Twitter, and he was pissed.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Lloyd Kaufman was mad on Twitter. He's like, what the hell is going on? My thing is, okay, number one, if I was Lloyd Kaufman, I'd sell out too. Like, I mean, here, take the right, I'm going to go and do my, but that's the cool thing about him is he kept all of his properties and everything. And
yeah.
And they even have a new Toxic Avenger video game that's coming to Steam, but it's also going to like the consoles. And it's like an old, it reminds you of the Ninja Turtles game where it's the beat 'em up and you jump around and stuff. And it's the Toxic Avenger
arcade
or
style.
The Toxic Crusaders. Yeah. There you go. Sorry. So they're coming out with that. And of course, the new movie. So I don't know. That has got to be the dumbest move ever. Who cares? That Trauma's been around for freaking ever, dude.
Well, yeah, and it's not like kids can just get on there and start watching the shit that's R-rated on it because, I mean, you have to have a YouTube account to see the shit that shows any kind of nudity or anything at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy. Did YouTube get bought out by somebody, or are they just getting dumber and dumber?
YouTube is just, they got bought out by fucking the big pharma, like Pfizer bought them out. We might. It's a good thing we're on Rumble because we would definitely get banned for get the episode pulled, not just for being shitty attempted entertainment, but it definitely get pulled for mentioning that, and everybody knows it. I mean, that's why YouTube used to be able to post damn near anything on there short of porn. And they didn't do shit. It was a platform for creators, and now that is fucking out the window.
I thought it was bought out by Biden because it keeps falling down.
That it does.
Not wrong.
You know what the goal should be for July is to get this show knocked off of YouTube.
That won't be hard.
all you have to do is talk about COVID. You're gone.
Oh, we can talk about
that it was engineered in a lab and it was a lab leak.
Yeah, something like that. But it makes much more sense now. It makes much more sense that it originated from a bat over 300 miles away from the lab that got transported to 3 miles from the lab and then started spreading the disease. That makes
Cody,
more
you've been watching. Wait a minute, Cody. You've been watching Scooby-Doo again in the news at the same time.
Scooby-Doo! They were in the lab.
Does that not sound like a Scooby-Doo episode?
And he's like, zoinks! Oh, Scoob! I think I just knocked over the COVID-19 vest.
The
giant COVID bat mask at the end when they capture it, and it's Anthony Fauci's.
Let's see who this really is. Wink.
You meddling kids.
It's old man Fauci. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling conservatives.
100 years from now, that will probably be an episode of Scooby-Doo if you think about it. I bet it will be.
space, and it's Bill Gates.
Oh, it's Bill Gates.
Speaking of which, what do you guys think about this? This Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg fight? Do you think it's going to happen? I don't think.
Oh my god, dude, that is so ridiculous.
But that's hilarious.
Zuckerberg is like a legit badass. He actually competes in jiu-jitsu competitions. He goes in He goes in anonymously with a mask on, and apparently the guys, for a little weird-looking dude.
Mark Zuckerberg is a T-100. He is sent from the future to destroy us now. Do you understand? He is a robot. Yeah. He is not a human. He is a robot. Someone that sits there that long in a room in Congress and doesn't even blink once is a robot.
Just saying. Elon's got Starlink. He'll just shut down his communications and he won't ever do nothing.
He throws a bucket of water on him and he malfunctions in the ring.
Look at that. He'll pull out a plasma rifle and shoot his ass. Be like, fuck it, I can afford it.
Dude, the best one I've seen of all the memes that have come around from the teasing of a fight between Zuckerberg and Elon was the meme that shows the match starts, and right whenever Zuckerberg and Elon are about to go to blows, you hear the glass shatter, and here comes MySpace Tom.
Yeah,
that is a good one. Comes into. He's like in a. What is it like? We need to have a legit robot jocks with all the tech guys. Like, see what they can come out with. Like,
kind of like they did on Balboa.
Yeah, like have them a robot jocks kind of thing, dude. That'd be awesome.
Well, I tell you what. I really want to see Fauci and Gates go at it, and whoever wins can be the king of COVID. So
that's how they would fight.
I mean, that's all.
Be puss swatting. That'd be all it'd be.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be hilarious if Bill Gates is just wearing a fat suit and he takes off his jacket like freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger or something.
Yeah, he takes off a fat jacket.
Yeah, he's just like
and he's actually cut and ripped like an MMA
Bill Gates. Yeah.
Actually, he could probably buy the body.
Yeah, he could. Hey, what was that? You know what that reminds you of, guys? Remember that Tales from the Crypt when that old guy wanted? Do you remember that? Oh my god!
Yes, actually, I watched that just a few months ago.
What's up, Cody?
The old man.
Yeah, I haven't seen that episode in, probably 30 years. But yeah, I remember the one you're talking about.
Same
I've
here.
got the box set of them.
28, 30 years, yeah.
Oh, shit. What was that old man's name? He had that funny little voice, kind of like this.
He sounds just like him.
Yeah.
And get all the money.
And the other dude was from Baywatch at the time.
Yeah, he was.
He just made it in Baywatch, yeah. Remember, he bought like the guy's head first, and then they wore like a sleeveless shirt, and he had the old man arms. And she's like, "Oh," so he bought the upper torso and everything. And then she wants to go to the beach, and he's walking around the beach with these 95-year-old man legs, and the rest of it's just chiseled Baywatch upper torso.
It made no sense.
Oh, it was a hilarious episode.
How could you do that? Okay, I'll go through all these surgeries when you could have just like did a brain transplant. Why didn't you just do that? Like instead of
now he got his arms.
I remember the scene on the beach when he's all jacked up and you look and he's wearing shorts and he has old man legs. And I was like, that could never happen. How's those old man legs gonna hold up that body?
It'd be my luck I'd do it all. And I wouldn't be able to afford his prostate, so I'd have a swollen prostate and nothing would work.
You got everything but the liver. Damn it.
Oh, so you're telling me when he got with that young chick, he yanks down his drawers, it's an old man penis?
Well, I don't think they can get much more wrinkly, so it don't matter.
So like that looks like an 80-year-old man's penis.
The penis is an ugly thing anyway, so
I would have just
sounds like a porno video.
Yeah, I would have just opted to take the young man's penis. Just give me that so that thing looks young. Fuck everything
just
else.
The stamina.
Yeah, there. I mean, And didn't the guy he switched bodies with basically like take the chick that he was after because he was rich? He had all the guy's money.
Found out that she was just after money. Because remember, that was the whole thing in the episode. He didn't want her to know he was rich because he was in love with her. So he acted like he was just a normal old man. But then when she finds out the other guy, he's rich, and she winds up with him anyway.
He's like, you should just kept your money, dude. Now I'm the rich old man.
You sure you're not talking about Anna Nicole Smith?
Oh God, dude. She grinded that old man in a fine powder, dude. He just,
what a way to go, though.
Right?
Yeah.
I volunteer as tribute to go like that.
You can't blame her, and you sure as fuck can't blame him. I mean, yeah, you got the money to burn. Why not?
Yeah, she, her idol was Marilyn Monroe. And Marilyn Monroe died at 39?
Yeah.
When the CIA killed her? Yeah, that's what I said it. That's what happened.
Shit, Cody's going to commit suicide. No, the Clintons killed her, damn it.
Yeah,
now I'm next.
No, it was Hunter. Anna Nicole. Well, she was just like 40 though.
Yeah, she was young, but she was a big.
She was mid-40s, I think.
No, she was just like 40, and she'd lost all that weight. Was back, like super hot again.
Yeah, you guys ever see that movie with her called Skyscraper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like she's like supposed to save the building, and in the middle of the whole movie, she decides to take a scene in the shower, and she's like rubbing her body, and I'm like, dude, aren't you supposed to be saving this fucking tower? You're taking a fucking shower.
She started stinking. She was big on personal hygiene. What's wrong with that, damn it?
She could
have. If you're gonna die, you don't want to die stinky.
Look, that movie would have been a lot shorter if she's just like, I'll just walk out of this shower butt ass naked and distract all the terrorists, and she would have won.
Yeah.
She would have went to the naked and just carrying a machine gun, shoot him in the dick.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You see her shooting a belt-fed M60. Bob, 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 bob. Everything just shaking. Yep. That would have made all the terrorists quit shooting. Be like,
yeah.
I know. I would have stopped shooting.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother. That'd be a whole nother title. That'd be a whole nother title. Die Hard.
No, that's copyrighted.
I'll be all night. I'll be here all night, folks. I'll be here all night.
You get us kicked off YouTube, damn it.
I will. Fauci's a liar.
Damn right he is.
Oh, fuck the CCP. There you go.
Fuck them all and feed them fish heads.
There you go.
COVID was fake.
Oh, shit. Fucking Father Mahoney's in on this now.
Yep.
They're like, we heard what you said. We heard what you said on the
Hold on, I think there's a knock at my door right now.
Yep, I can already see it. Mahoney's gonna die of a. No, you're gonna die of choking on some Totino's pizza now. And we know that's how you committed suicide. Or we know it was staged then because you don't eat Totino's, you eat Tony's. So we know.
Look, Tostinos. If you overcook a Tostinos, you could kill a man. It could be a throwing star.
Yeah, throwing star like you can take
like
a bite
frisbee and kill people.
Yeah.
And then whenever it gets in your esophagus and gets a little moisture, it swells back up with the little spikes, and that's the end of you right there.
Hey, I think I'd be a shitty producer if I didn't mention. Aren't we supposed to be talking about a movie or two?
We are. I was just fixing to mention that because we've been on almost an hour and we haven't even covered the movies yet.
What movie? I mean, is it a Henry fucking Rollins movie?
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. No, he's not in this one. He was a little young at the time to get in this movie.
Safe to go back in the water.
Oh, wait till one of our shows covers Wrong Turn 2, because Henry Rollins is in that.
Yeah, he is.
We did. But that was like
we've already covered it.
Yeah, it was the first.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. First one. Well, I guess we need to jump into our movies, gentlemen. We are going to be covering on the first one the director, the great late George A. Romero's 1978 Dawn of the Dead, the green zombie masterpiece. Actually, I was doing some research on it, and it is one of the biggest grossing horror movies for its budget of all time.
Really?
The budget was under $500,000 for this movie.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and George A. Romero said it was hell to make because most of it was in a shopping mall, and that was a legit shopping mall. I cannot remember the town. I've got it wrote down, but they had to film it after they closed, so everything was filmed from 11 to 6 a.m. is when everything was filmed in the shopping mall. I believe it. Except for, I think that, and this movie was filmed over, oh shit, I can't remember the dates, but anyway, I'll get into that later. But anyway, it was a budget of just under $500,000, and it grossed over $66 million.
Wow.
So, yeah. And of course, you had the special effects expert, Tom Savini. Am I echoing on anybody else's?
Yeah, I think it might be off of Cody's phone.
Yep, it is. Cody, fix your shit.
I'm trying to do it, Cody.
Anyway, we got the cast. Tom Savini also had a role in this. You had Ken Foree, Michael. I can't tell if that's Cornick or Gornick. Anyway, I got horrible handwriting, y'all. Galen Ross. Oh my God, that's worse, Cody. And,
hello. I'm trying.
There we go. I think we're good now.
Yeah, we're good now. Don't touch anything.
Yep.
He's like, but I can't hear you.
So
step away from the phone.
And this one kind of set the way it opens. I love the way it opens. And all through the movie, you've got the newscast. Like we were talking how Cody sounded like he was from the 70s. Poe picked up on that pretty quick, which was awesome.
Yeah, he does.
You know, it starts up, with the doctor telling the public the deceased need to be dealt with. They will come back and kill, sever the head, and they're trying to shut him down and all that, just like they done on our shit with COVID, And then you got all the newscast in the back. Whoop, we lost Cody.
That's all right. I think he's having technical difficulties today.
Then you got your two of the main characters in it. One of them's a helicopter pilot. The other one is I think she's the producer, actually, of the news, isn't she?
Yeah.
The woman.
I believe you're correct.
And he's telling her, hey, we're getting the fuck out of here. You need to meet me on the roof in the helicopter this such and such time. And then it cuts back to the SWAT team they're trying to take care of what's going on. And for the low budget they had, and if you look real deep, if you pause this film and look deep, the special effects aren't much. A lot of it is just like gray and green makeup rubbed on the skin.
Yeah.
But these are, the back for, but they had a super low, but I didn't realize this had such a super low budget. So the SWAT's going in, but the heavy gore, well, it's not really heavy, but it's got good scenes. If you see the director's uncut version, it's great. Because there's all kinds of different versions of this. I forgot to mention the producer is Dario Argento. And there's actually a Dario Argento cut where he takes away more of the gore, which there wasn't much gore, and he added a little bit and this and that, and he was trying to make it more fast paced, where George A. Romero was trying to make it more of a character piece.
Yeah,
and
which makes sense.
I tend to like George A. Romero's better because the setup for this is. Basically these people escaped to them all.
See, and I'm not gonna blow smoke up anybody's ass on this one. Like, I like George A. Romero stuff. I do. The Dawn of, like the Night of the Living Dead. It's just a masterpiece. It's great. But Dawn of the Dead, I can't really, like you said, it's green makeup. It kind of takes you away from it. It doesn't really. Would have it serviced it better if it wasn't in color, like if it was in black and white, the last one. That way you could kind of get away with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And this is just my opinion. People will probably be, like, what an asshole to say that, but yet it's a great movie. It's just that takes away from it. They just look green, and it doesn't look or light turquoise or you know what I mean.
George A. Romero never liked this. He was his worst critic on this movie, even though box office wise it done well, it done great.
Yeah.
But because he always said, I wish I could have shot it in black and white. But at the time he couldn't, because nobody was filming anything in black and white anymore. Everybody wanted color. So that's what they did.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, well, like when the SWAT team is clearing the apartment complex, and we get the one SWAT member just goes batshit crazy, and he's kicking indoors, just killing people. And they got to subdue him, and then he's the reason that this one SWAT team kid gets bit. They get overrun because they're trying to take him down, and he winds up shooting himself. It goes into pretty good little character pieces there. He done what he could, and the gruesome scene, if you think about when this was made in 78, though, you hadn't seen much like this. But the gruesome scene where they find the room where the apartment complex people were storing their dead.
Yeah.
And the dead were down there eating other human bodies and this and that, just didn't even notice they were there. That's really the most gruesome scene in this movie. And then, like I said, the two SWAT members and the helicopter people, they fly out, and then it cuts back and forth. Then you got what would happen around our neck of woods. You got the beer drinking zombie hunting party.
I'd be a part of that.
Well, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this? These motherfuckers are trying to chomp you down. Hell, it may be your last day. You never know if you're going to get taken down. You might as well have a few beer while you're out there doing it.
Sounds like a new podcast on our network.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry about any fucking checkpoints anywhere. Drink you a few beer while you're out here clearing the zombies. And
which we'll get into a scene in the new one that is one of my favorites.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so
yes,
I'll just say that. That's one of my favorite scenes in the other one we're going to be talking about.
And the way George A. Romero sets up his characters, like the spot where, oh, shit, we're getting low on fuel. Oh, there's an airfield over there. It's kind of paint by numbers nowadays, the way we look at film, everything we've been subject to. But back then, that's how you did it. This was considered kind of cutting edge. And where they go and they fuel up the chopper, and the one the chopper pilot, they call him Flyboy, can't shoot worth a shit. Almost shoots all of them, this and that. They don't turn the chopper off for some reason. And they're trying to fuel it up with what little fuel's left, and they're out running looking for supplies and all that. And, of course, the two SWAT guys are great shooters. Anyway, it's just little tidbits like that, And the Flyboy and then the black SWAT guy, they're already butting heads, From the get-go, those two, he's set up a kind of a little heat between them, especially after Flyboy almost shoots him. He shoots, 4 or 5 times and doesn't hit the zombie, and it comes closer to hitting them until his partner comes over and takes him out. So then they have no clue where they're going. If this shit happened, we would have a better idea where we would go. I'd say people are more worldly now than what they were back then.
I agree
them all. But how many malls do you see with a helicopter pad on top of them, though?
I know. I was thinking about that.
I don't know. There might be. I don't know.
Nowadays, I'd say there would be, but because that mall, I don't know. It had, if I'm remembering right, there was a helicopter pad on top of the mall, right?
Yeah. No, there was.
Because nowadays, like, think about trying to land a helicopter on Walmart. Like, where the fuck can you sit down and you're not going to fall through the roof? You know,
Well,
you've got giant
if it's gonna fall on top
AHUs.
of Walmart, people are gonna take off with it.
Yeah.
The customers.
Mine now. No,
So-
because you said it was a legit mall. I mean, maybe because some people maybe had to be airlifted, was something happened, you know, who knows?
Possibly.
Who knows why
you
they
know.
had that?
But back
But
then,
that's
malls
an
had a hell of
interesting
a lot
point that
more
you
in 'em.
made.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see, where was I at? Damn, I shouldn't have drank so many beer before the show. So anyway, they wind up in the mall, and they're just stopping there. They're like, "Hey, let's stop by the mall. We can get supplies we need here." Which back then, malls were a lot better than malls. You know, they had you had nice restaurants inside of a mall.
Yep.
You had grocery stores inside of malls. You had sporting goods stores that had guns and ammo. You could basically live in a mall good for a long time. So, you know, at first they're just getting supplies, and of course, they go down and there are zombies in the mall. But there's a few entrances that are open. And so they get to talking about it, and they're like, "Hell, let's stay here. You know, where are we going to find anything better? You know, we can stay here till this blows over, whatever's going to go on. Somebody comes and rescue us." So they do. And I don't know. Long story short, I don't want to cover too much time on this one, even though I've got a shit ton of notes for it.
You came prepared.
Yeah, I'm hoping Cody can.
Like, okay,
well,
say you're in, say that you're in that situation. Like, they were like on the first floor, right? Like, wouldn't you go to the top floor and then maybe, you know,
Well, they
take
were on
out
the
the
top
escalators? They were.
Well,
So wouldn't you take out the escalator somehow, or like speed them up when it's going down that way
Well,
they couldn't get up? I mean, I don't know if there's a.
there were not very many escalators. They had an elevator. And the big thing was where they were at, they were like on the top floor and the stairs went down. So the stairs went down, everything, and they come out, and then it was like an open foyer that comes out
Yeah.
to a hallway. And so they figured out pretty quick that of course, you got to think back then, you know, zombies were new. They weren't like we're thinking of zombies, you know. And so they don't know how to deal with them like a modern day character would. So they figure out, so hell, we don't have to kill every one of these sorry suckers. You know, we can maneuver around them as long as there's not too many. They're dumb and slow.
Yeah.
So they make a supply run. They get cornered in a room, but they run downstairs because this was a big department store they were in. It had an upstairs and a downstairs, so they can run downstairs, make all kinds of noise, get more of them to come down to draw attention away. Then they ran back upstairs and they could go back. And when they decide to stay, they actually made a false wall. You know, they're living it up. They're living it up there. And they make a false wall. I got to run to the restroom real quick.
He's still gonna talk though.
Yeah, but y'all can still hear me. You'll get to hear all the excitement. So they make a false wall so the zombies don't know where they come from, and they just make a drop down rope ladder. But they figure out real quick, you know, we've got to button up these. They've got them sealed, but they're like, it's not going to take much for them to get in. So then they go and they find some trucks, and they seal the entrances with trucks. That way, there's hardly any way for nobody to get in. And which was a great idea. I thought the strategic points of this was really, really thought well over.
That'd be something I would do too.
But yeah,
you know.
And the one SWAT guy knows how to hotwire vehicles, and there's one of them where he's hotwiring a vehicle, and he gets bit, and they all know he's going to get infected. So then there's a couple scenes with him in the wheelbarrow where the zombies are after him that I liked, because they just pretty much, he's got guns and they're pushing him around, and they're trying to figure out how they can clear the mall. You know, they're going to clear the mall out of all the zombies. And they put him in a wheelbarrow, and they're wheeling him, and the other guy's kind of hitting and dodging. He's just shooting from the wheelbarrow, you know, because he's kind of a dead eye, and they get him in the car to run around, seal other exits. And then Then the mall's theirs. But he knows he's living on borrowed time. And they set him up in a little apartment and this and that. And I mean, it gets you after a little bit, because you kind of get to where you know these people. I feel George A. Romero knew he didn't have the budget to do what he wanted to do in color. So he vested more in the people, getting the character pieces out and this and that.
I agree with that. You're right.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I know that Romero, because of his budget, and like you said, where he wanted his focus, I think he still pulled off a great job, even though, the green does get you a little bit annoyed seeing it all the time. But, he did what he could. He did what he could with what he had.
But if you look at it back in that time when this was made, which is probably one reason it budgeted so much, there wasn't all these zombie films. We're used to The Walking Dead. Yeah. We're used to the Dawn of the Dead, the remake, where you're seeing flesh falling off, all kinds of grotesque wounds, all kinds of good stuff, Yeah. And back then they didn't have that. So like I mentioned, they did the zombie cleanup where they killed all the zombies. Well, then what the hell was the black guy's name in this? I cannot remember it to save my life. Because I hate to keep just saying the black guy.
Character name?
Yeah.
You're talking about
I know. Or just talking about Ken Forey's character.
Yeah, Ken. I'll just start calling him Ken. Everybody knows what I was talking
just call
about.
Him Ken and Barbie.
Ken's like, we got to start doing something about all the. What the hell did they call the zombies in this? Can't remember. Something I can't remember. He said we got to start doing something about all these. He said it's gonna start stinking in here real quick. We got to do something. And here's something that blew my mind. There's one freezer in this place. And it's where all their food's stored. So they start taking all the zombies and putting them in the food cooler. I'm like, what the fuck? You don't know. I'm like, you don't know what infects these, what makes them come back, and you're going to put them in here where because it shows them going back in later, getting shit out of there, and they're stepping over zombies. And I'm like, no. I'm like, that's just like unsanitary as hell. That's one part that stood out to me. I'm like, what in the hell were they thinking? But it did okay.
Yeah, it did work.
Well, and like you said, they did what they could. If you're from this era where you didn't really check out that stuff before, like it'll be hard for a zombie horror fan to go back and see these originals, which they're important in their own way.
They are.
But that will like kind of deter them. Like, this is weird, but you got to look at it from a standpoint of, like you said, George wanted to do it in black and white, but they're like, no, everything's in color now and you can't do that. But yeah, he probably would have got away with a lot more.
Oh yeah.
If it was, especially with the gore aspect of it and, and how the zombies looked, but
because look at the way the Night of the Living Dead looked compared to this one.
Yeah.
It looked 10 times better.
Oh, we got it back. Oh, we got it back. Hold on.
You're talking about people who watch zombie movies now going back, and to get away from Dawn for a second, but Day of the Dead still holds the test of time as far as gore goes. The special effects in Day of the Dead were freaking amazing.
That was a lot bigger budget movie. I don't remember exactly the budget, but they had a lot more than just a little under $500K to make a movie.
Yeah, I'm always going to have a more a fonder feeling in my heart for Day of the Dead than Dawn of the Dead, even though Dawn of the Dead, there's no arguing its relevance in pop culture history. But Day of the Dead, I actually saw it first. I saw Night, and then I saw Day. And I actually didn't get around to, and this will sound like sacrilege, but I didn't get around to Dawn of the Dead until after I'd already seen the remake.
It was the same way. Yes. I saw Dawn of the Dead, and I didn't realize it was a remake. And then somebody said the remake, and I'm like, what? No, this isn't a remake. And I'm like, holy shit, really? As big as I was into zombies, I'd never seen it.
Oh, I knew it wasn't a remake when it came out in '04, but I just really, of course, was a fan of night and day, and I just hadn't got around Dawn of the Dead, and I'd always heard people talking about it. So, and we weren't getting in the early 2000s. I mean, we weren't getting a lot of mainstream horror besides like Saw and Hostel and the whole torture porn fad. So to see, hey, we're getting a zombie movie. You know, at that point hadn't had a mainstream zombie movie in years.
Oh, and it set the tone for zombie movies from there on out.
Oh, no argument. There probably would not have been a Walking Dead without Dawn of the Dead remake.
Probably not.
No, definitely not.
But we were talking on the. I don't know if you were listening, Cody. Why?
No, I wasn't
in exile. But we were talking on we're already to the point where they cleared the mall, and then they were taking all of the dead zombies in them. They'd cleared it, they'd blocked all the entrances, and they made the mall themselves, and they started cleaning up, and they threw all the zombies in the freezer where all their food stored. We thought that was kind of
as one does.
Yeah. I guess if you run out, you start eating zombies. But and then, like I said before,
why do they still
do what?
Why do they still have electric? I mean, I understand backup generators, but after a few days, that shit's going to run out.
You're right, because they didn't have automated shit the way we do now. You know, if nobody's at the power corporation for a week or two, it's not going to keep running itself back then like it does now. You're right. Yeah, the power would have been out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, wait. Actually, it may have, because this movie's pretty quick pace, and this is all happening within 3 or 4 days.
Well, it depends on what version of it you watch, though. There are so many versions of the original Dawn of the Dead. They all run together for me. I couldn't tell you which one's the theatrical, which one's
we've covered that.
Whatever. They've got like 50 fucking different cuts of this film.
I like the director, George A. Ramos. But like we were talking before, I think you were gone. There was a producer, Dario Argento, actually produced in this. I don't know if you realize that or not.
I knew his version. I had forgotten that.
Mm-hmm. There's his version that is more fast paced and a little bit more gory.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
And then you've got George A. Romero's, who slows it down, makes it more of a character piece. And he said before he wanted to make it more of a character piece because he didn't have the money to do everything he wanted.
Yeah.
You know, the special effects weren't as good. Like Tom Savini even said, he said, we did it with what we had. You know, that was Tom Savini's. But we were talking about how malls back then had everything you fucking need. You know, like they found the gun shop in there. Hundreds, probably thousands of guns, hundreds of thousands of rounds that they need. But it really sets the date, too, because their main sidearm is a revolver. You don't see one automatic weapon in this, except for Tommy guns. There's a few Tommy guns in it. Everything's bolt action. There's a few semi-automatic hunting rifles, but everything is a bolt action or a revolver that they get out of the mall. But then, you know, Roger, the one SWAT guy that gets bit while they're getting the trucks, and we covered this earlier, Cody, where they're getting the trucks and sealing all the entrances.
Yeah, I remember that.
He starts turning. This fucking mall even had morphine in it. They went somewhere in the mall and got morphine, and when he starts hurting, they start shooting him up.
It would make sense that, you know, a big mall like that would have a pharmacy even back then. Yeah. So, you know, that's believable.
Yeah, and then, you know, of course, Roger comes back, and Ken has to put him down. And that was really kind of a gut-wrenching moment because, you know, George A. Romero wrote this good enough where you're connecting with all the characters in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost kind of like you're there. You know, I got the sense where I was kind of looking past all the gray and green body paint, you know. And then you got Flyboy fucks up because his girlfriend, oh, I forgot to mention she's knocked up. He's got her knocked up. I'm going to teach you how to fly. So what's he do? He goes out there and fires up the noisiest fucking thing in the world, a chopper, and hovers it above the damn deal, and just happens to be Tom Savini's biker gang sitting there listening. You know, notices they've got a fucking bird, you know, they got all kinds of shit in there. So here comes the biker gang coming in, which it's corny, yes. Is it cheesy? Yes. But
Yeah.
I felt they done it pretty decent. I don't see this gang being well organized enough to keep that many people alive, because they were pretty much a bunch of fucking total dipshits, really, when you watched them.
Yeah.
They would have been some of the first fucking people that
Well,
got ate.
that being said, safety in numbers, though.
Yeah, but they're too fucking stupid and too careless. Watch the way they act around the zombies, the way they do this and that.
Yeah, it's like they're all sharing the same brain there.
Yeah. I mean, Negan would have bashed all their heads in with his baseball bat. He wouldn't have put them in his, you know. I mean, they were a risk. Yeah. And what blew my mind, all right, so the bikers are raiding the fucking mall. You know, they're raiding it. Ken's like, just sit back, Flyboy, let them do they're not here for us. They're here for the goods. I don't think Ken even knew that they fired up the chopper and flew it around a little bit and then landed again. And, you know, so they're running around, and the bikers go and they find, I guess, the bakery. And in the middle of a fucking zombie movie, with zombies in there because they followed them into the whole, there is a pie fight.
As one does.
Yeah. And it starts off, they're just putting them in the zombies' faces. Then they start putting them in each other's faces. And I'm like, are you motherfuckers not worried you're going to get bit? I'm like, what the hell?
In their defense, maybe they hit the pharmacy first.
Maybe. Did they have cocaine in pharmacies back then? Oh, no, it was still in Coors Light back then, wasn't it? All right.
Yeah, still in Coors. I don't think it was in Coca-Cola anymore at that point.
And Flyboy's been a problem all through the fucking movie. And, of course, Flyboy's like, that's our stuff. We claim this stuff. So he starts taking pot shots at him, and the motherfucker can't shoot to save his life.
And, and they are, like you said, they are not after them. They're just there for their shit.
They're going to raid it and then go. And they've already got tons of supplies, guns, and ammo up in their little apartment that they built that nobody's going to be able to find.
You know,
because remember they built that false wall and they had the rope ladder that dropped down from the ceiling? If they would have just pulled that up and set there, and they could have sat in the stairwell with all the guns and ammo if they would have found it, and they could have held them all off from there. But instead they didn't. But, they didn't get to see Spartans. They didn't get to see 300. That's what it was right there. Yeah, they weren't thinking then.
Nope.
Yeah. And, you know, Flyboy makes his last stand, and he winds up getting fucking devoured by fucking... See what happened. Yeah, he was trying to climb up the elevator shaft, and a bunch of Z's got in there, and they bit his ankles, and he fell down. And then he came back. And that's one thing we didn't cover is, like, the zombies kind of have in the very back part of their brain what they used to do day to day, so they migrate toward where they went, things they'd done in the past, you know. It was one of the things they done with
their life.
We get up and go to work every day.
Yeah. And I'd get up and beat the hell out of a vehicle every day with a hammer, probably. And so they Flyboy, as a zombie, remembers the false wall. And for some reason, they just did 2x4s and sheetrock rather than reinforcing this false wall, so they can just take their little zombie fists and pound them.
As one does.
True. And, you know, the zombies make it up there. they're going up, and Ken's just he's giving up. He's like, "Fuck it, you go get in the chopper. You just go." And she's like, "No, you come with me." So he's going to the back room, and he's thinking about offing himself, and then all of a sudden, in the 1968, 1970s shit, you get the background music kicks in, and all of a sudden he starts doing the Hogan shaking. Oh, hell no, brother. He's waking up and he's going through it. So now instead of being able to go up the damn ladder, get up, now he's got to fight through about a dozen damn zombies or more and get out there, and he finally gets up to the chopper to make the dramatic scene and all that.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
You saying that, I just had a thought in my head, and it's a missed opportunity, I think. Is back in the day, they should have had wrestlers stuck in a mall with zombies. Like Hulk Hogan and everything.
This totally could have happened during the late 80s. And been,
right? That would just be, I would love to see that.
Because they were sticking
I love to see that.
And everything. I mean,
Yeah.
from, No Holds Barred to and Jesus Christ, how many series pilots was Roddy Piper in? I mean,
I know.
Shit ton.
They should have had a zombie movie.
Here's the thing.
Can you imagine Roddy Piper as a zombie?
No Holds Barred Apocalypse Edition.
I'm gonna suplex this zombie right through this table, brother. And then I would love to see Macho Man like, I don't know where these zombies come from, but I'm gonna take them down anyway.
Macho Man be like, "Damn it, Hogan, man, you gotta snap the neck, you gotta slash the head."
And they do the handshake where they're like the powers that come together. It's gonna be electric. I see a zombie over there.
Shit. We need to reach out to Hogan now. He'd probably do it.
Hey, I mean, Terry Funk already looked like a zombie back then. So,
Well, Nick Foley's about there.
He just had a birthday.
Zombie horde, and they all think they're safe. Hogan, Macho Man, all the survivors think they're safe. They've defeated this entire zombie horde.
Oh.
And wants Chris Benoit and his family.
oh shit!
Dude, I would have loved to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan like, oh, and he just comes down an escalator and just starts swinging a 2x4. Taking them out.
2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. And then they cut back to the Ultimate Warrior grave, and the headstone starts doing this, and he comes up out of the grave.
Grabbing those shitty gates that the mall has. He's like, yeah.
The Undertaker walked in, like, and they all turn on him. He's like, whoa, I'm not that kind of dead.
Guys, this is perfect timing. We all four need to get a hold of Lloyd Kaufman and have a talk with him. I think he's ready to do something like this.
Wrestler zombie.
I don't think he's reached that bottom of the barrel, but okay.
I don't know. He's pretty pissed about YouTube.
I think the resurgence of the zombie era has definitely hit rock bottom.
No, it has, but I'm telling you, we just revived it. Have like all your favorite wrestlers, like Hulk Hogan driving in on a big old Mack truck and taking them out, and then you have Undertaker on his motorcycle. American Badass
Sting.
Undertaker.
You have Stone Cold in it. Jake the Snake.
No, I became uninterested in zombie movies when they remade Day of the Dead.
Which
the first one. I think it was
Day of the Dead Bloodlines, wasn't it?
No, it was just called Day of the Dead.
And Ving Rhames.
Yeah, that's Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, Dawn of the Dead. But
no, that was the Day of the Dead remake, because they had Ving Rhames was in the Day of the Dead remake too with Nick Cannon.
Are you talking?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Ving was in there just a little bit. I kind of like what they done with that one.
What was the one? I know we're supposed to be talking about Dawn of the Dead, but what was the one when Dennis Hopper was in it and you had Land of the Dead? Yes.
Dawn of the Dead was such a success. The next year we got they gave, which I think was that Romero's only studio film.
Yes. Land of the
so.
Yeah.
Land of the Dead was the last zombie movie that I actually liked.
Dead, he said he'd never do another studio film. That was his first and last because he'd always been an independent filmmaker and lost his ass financially because of it.
I did not
But you
like
gotta
it.
think, as creepy
Because
You didn't like Land of the Dead?
the first time I saw Land of the Dead, I fucking hated it. The second time I saw it, I liked it a little
We
more.
went to the
And then
theater to
third
see it,
time-
didn't we? Back
Yes,
in
we
05?
did, and I bitched about it the whole way back to Donovan.
That was a long truck ride.
You know, I
But-
didn't hate it. I remember, and I think I stuck up for it a little bit because it had some redeeming qualities, but it was a far step down from
oh my
the
gosh! And
original Dead trilogy.
oh yeah, you had the one.
I was a lot more forgiving because even at the time, I think Romero was already in the 70s then. And,
Yeah.
you know, it was like, Grandpa wants to make another zombie movie. Let's let him, you know.
And what pissed me off, okay, I understand, Romero's the one that started the whole thing, the zombies. What they done in day-to-day life is what they gravitate toward. And then if they see something there, they chew on it. So how the fuck did this black gas station zombie, all he's ever done is pump gas and work on cars his life, start teaching these zombies how to overthrow all these damn people in the tower? This motherfucker wasn't a teacher. He pumped gas. I'm like, what the hell? And then he teaches them how to shoot. And I'm like, no, they need to get the guy from Dawn of the Dead that ran the gun shop. He can teach the zombies how to shoot. I was like, this is bullshit. And that is what completely threw me off. He, like, the one girl picked up the guns and holding it. And he's like, he grabs her and shows her, and you hit your finger on that. I was like, what the fuck is this?
So you didn't like the aspect of zombies knowing how to fire weapons. That's the whole thing you got.
Well, you had one that's, if they're remembering their past, we're going to stick to this generic. He pumps gas for a living and works on fucking cars. And he's going to teach all these other zombies how to shoot weapons and how to attack and do concentrated military fucking attacks on these islands out here. And I'm like, no, sorry.
Maybe he was a history buff.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, he probably knew what he was doing. He just liked pumping gas at a gas station.
He had a lot of downtime when he was pumping gas, maybe.
Yeah,
He watched a lot of YouTube videos back before YouTube was narrated. Now we'd be safe. Hey, if you think about it now, if we had a zombie apocalypse happen and everybody migrated to where they'd done everything, zombies would just walk around staring at phones all day. You could just walk right by them, would never have a damn problem.
This is true.
Well, if they could remember how to charge their phone.
It wouldn't matter. They'd just stare at the screen.
See, for me, this is probably going to be blasphemy, but the zombie movie I enjoyed the least is Return 2. I thought that was a complete ripoff of the first one, and it was more comedic than anything.
Hold on. Real quick.
It was meant to be.
It was a product of its time.
Well, part one was comedic, but it still actually had like a lot of scare factors. Part two was straight comedy. They had Michael Jackson, for Christ's sake.
Did
Michael Jackson
take events?
Zombie.
Didn't those events take place today?
Yeah, and
I've been seeing that on Facebook.
That's exactly why we decided to do the Dawn of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead remake instead of 4th of July themed and Independence Day themed zombie movies like Return of the Living Dead and maybe VFW or something.
Yeah, I will never do Independence Day on our show either. No. That's not a horror film.
Welcome to Earth, motherfucker.
I said Independence Day, 4th of July themed episode.
Yeah.
I know, but when you said Independence Day, it hit me. The people were like, why didn't they do Independence Day? Because we're a fucking horror show.
Whenever I said Independence Day, it hit you like a slap to the face.
Yeah, exactly.
But go ahead, Rob. What were you saying before, Rob? I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that out because I saw it on Facebook. People kept sharing it. It says July 3rd, whatever. And that's when they found that the tar man in the fucking barrel.
I'd like to have him as a pet.
Oh yeah, I would definitely have Chia. He'd be a nice addition to the Chiavet collection.
Well, no, it's not just that. Go ahead, Rob.
Part two just rubbed me so wrong. It was more straight comedy than any kind of horror at all. I didn't find nothing scary about it. I laughed at the whole thing. It was like early version of Zombieland to me.
That's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, but at least the original Return actually had some scares. It had some really good points. This one was just a ripoff.
When I first found it, when I first got to see it, like I said, I was born in '82. So when I first watched it, I'm like, yeah, and I watched it, I'm like, whoa. Of course, back then, I did not like any fucking horror comedy whatsoever. I felt they didn't belong at all. Yeah. Now I do enjoy it, and of course, it's got Linnea Quigley in it. You can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just now I like it. Back in the day, I didn't, but now I see it was made to be that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you know when I first saw that movie was on Up All Night.
Really?
You would say
tell me with Rhonda Shear and not Gilbert Godfrey.
We didn't miss Rhonda Shear. Gilbert Godfrey, we didn't. I got tired of him. He's like, "Welcome to Up All Night," and it's like, yeah.
This is what I was doing. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It was late night TV. And I'd be drifting off, and all of a sudden, whoa, what are you thinking? I was like, son of a bitch. Because back then we didn't.
Toxic event.
Yeah.
We
didn't have TVs.
He's got his
it's like, man, and like he was louder than any explosion in a movie you had.
Oh, yeah.
I think they queued him up even louder, you know. But then you had Ron Shear Up All Night.
Every teenage boy, dude.
Yeah, but
oh, my God.
The thing is, nobody listened to her. They were just looking at her.
Oh, yeah, they were sitting there waiting.
Yeah, we didn't care about
there waiting. Oh, yeah. Oh, yep. I think she's fixing to come on. Yep.
My laptop finally started working.
No, she could have told me I was dying tomorrow and I wouldn't care.
I know. Mm-hmm. Oh, there he goes. His laptop started working. He'll be back with better sound quality than he sounds like he's on the radio.
I don't know. It kind of fit, though.
It did.
Hell, I think he needs to stay on the phone because his laptop only worked for 2 minutes a while ago, and then we lost him for half of a movie.
Hold on. We got him here. Here we go. Now he's back.
Holy shit.
Oh, we hear him better now, dude.
Holy shit is right. You aged 20 years in 3 seconds.
Hey, I'm going for some reason. My cheap, better web camera isn't working, and my I'm having to go off my laptop camera, which is equally as shitty as my laptop.
Well, dude, now you're going to confuse the people that's watching. Because before you sounded like a 70s news broadcast. Now you look like a 70s news broadcast. I'm telling you, brother, you just need to get an iPhone 8 and a set of these Turtle Beach headset.
I'll do the Turtle. I won't do the iPhone 8, but I'll do the Turtle Beach headset.
Well, you can get the iPhone 8 and just use it on Wi-Fi. You don't even have to have it on your phone service.
I can probably get it for free. I'm sure that plenty of people use them as coasters.
You probably can. Mine's still working. But
this is true.
I sound good. I look good. So. Oh, shit.
Here we go.
Okay, everything's clear anyway, I should say.
There you go.
Until I have too many beer anyway. So,
well, at least we're starting to look better to him after he drinks. Go ahead, Rob. What were you saying?
I said no, which is a usual bet if he drinks. I don't think I've ever seen Travis without a beer.
Well, oddly enough, I've known him for more than a quarter century, and I don't think I have either.
Speaking of, I need a refill so I can do my duties here. I'll be right back.
Little podcasting fluid, little producing.
Hey, Poe, we got to ask Poe when he comes back how he rates our podcast. How many PBRs does it take him to get through producing an episode?
pretty fucking
all right, folks. Well, if you're still hanging on at an hour and 30 minutes, and we've barely covered one movie, we're going to head now to the Dawn of the Dead remake in 2004. Director Zack Snyder.
Well, do we need to rate the first one?
Oh, wait. Yep, Cody, you're right. Go ahead. Cody, you can start us off.
It's been a while. Like I said, I didn't get to catch up on this like I wanted to, but I've seen several versions of this film. I've seen the theatrical. I've seen Argento's cut at some point. I've seen probably most recently I'd seen whatever, the ultimate cut or whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's not. No, I like the director's uncut version.
Which Romero, Jesus Christ, brilliant filmmaker. But
yes,
is there a filmmaker in history that was worse with money? Because his first movie, he lost it to where it became public domain.
Yep. Night
of the Living Dead. He lost it, and then this movie he loses too. It makes a shit ton of money. But he doesn't make much money off it.
Romero was one of the rare ones that really didn't give a shit about the money. He was in it because he loved to make the films.
He wanted to make
films.
You would at least ask your lawyer, hey, where do I need to sign
He did not care.
Actually get to keep some of this shit?
Dude, that was just the kind of cat Romero was. He did not care. He wanted to make films, and he wanted to make films that would stand the test of time, which he has done. I mean, his films are going to be still out there after me and you are gone. And
so, like next week,
I think that's what he wanted to be remembered.
Until YouTube pulls him down.
A little longer than that, yeah. Well, not longer than our show, but longer than me and you are drawing breath, is what I was saying.
I don't know. We got a 2-day float next weekend, so.
Oh shit!
Yeah, true.
And we're going to be up in Bigfoot country too.
True, but there's one thing though. Unlike all the shitty Bigfoot movies, we always carry guns, so we'd be all right.
Yep, and although my body's breaking down as I get older, I'm still pretty limber when I'm drunk, so I can take a pretty good beating.
What do you mean breaking down as you get older? You've had bad knees since I've known you, since we were in our 20s.
He's not wrong.
No, that's not an exaggeration, sadly.
Goddamn, did you lay tile when you were 5? What's going on here?
I don't know. I think his mom used to grab him by the head and just swing for the fences with him or something, and his knees caught fence posts or something. Poor kid.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you know, I grew up on a cattle ranch, and Granddad raised and trained horses. And, well, you remember when I was younger, my head was like half of my body mass. So, you know,
he looked like Mr. Mackey from South Park with hair.
I did. I'm not going to argue that.
He did.
Whenever we were rep breaking 2-year-old colts, you know, when I get thrown off a horse, I was like a human lawn dart.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Yeah.
But then also, your sister would have been about knee high, and your knees would have been about the right length when she was swinging fencing tools at you, too. His sister was fucking mean back then. I mean, she's had more than one man threaten to fucking stab her before. She's mean. Yes.
It's okay. Well, she's a doctor now.
Her husband now told her one night, if you don't quit fucking biting me, I'm going to pull my pocket knife out and stab you in the neck. I was sitting right there when he told her that. She was a mean shit. So that might be part of the reason Cody's got bad knees.
Could be.
Good, clean living, folks.
So, Dawn of the Dead 2004, director Zack Snyder. This film had a budget of $26 million, and it did a box office of over $102 million. So it did very well too.
Yeah, I just remember when this thing came out, I was just so surprised. Sorry, didn't mean.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just shocked that we were getting a remake of it, you know, because the 90s. I mean, we had some good horror in the 90s. Mainly the thrillers, you know, like Silence of the Lambs and whatnot. But I was shocked. I'm like, oh, really? And with everything we got coming out, we're getting a remake of a zombie. I mean, we hadn't had, like I said, we hadn't had a good zombie movie in 20 years, you know.
and it was not just a remake; it was the remake.
The best remake out there right now.
Yeah,
I got my
and
good camera working.
the cast. We had Sarah Polley, Kim Poirier, Ty Burrow, Ving Rhames, Lindy Booth, Matt Furr, Jake Weber, which Cody, you remember Jake Weber from American Gothic and a bunch of other different ones. Great British actor. He's one of my favorites. And we even had a cameo by Ken Foree with his best line from the original, which I forgot to cover because I got a little drunk and kind of skimmed over my notes. When hell is full, the dead shall walk the earth. And in this one, he's not a SWAT team member, badass SWAT team member. In this one, he's a preacher on the newscast. This one follows the story of the original. We except instead of starting off with the newscast, that comes later on. This one, it's an overworked nurse. I kind of like where they start with this one. They got a bite patient. The doctor's like, why the fuck do you have me looking at a bite patient? Well, he's in ICU now. Oh, well, how did he get in ICU? Is it in the jugular? No, he got bit at 6 a.m. this morning, and it's 6 p.m. now, and he's in ICU dying. And then starts off right at the bat. It's a zombie movie. And then when she finally gets off her shift, she's walking out, and you see the ambulance sitting there, and the doors are open, and you see legs just hanging out of this ambulance. Like, oh, fuck. Here's the first one. The ambulance driver got bit. Yeah. And she walks up, hey, excuse me. He's, oh, okay. Oh, we got to get going. He was just taking a fucking nap, and it's like, hey, Then she drives home. It's a typical American cookie cutter suburb. It shows her driving through here. It's one of these suburbs you get drunk and fall asleep in your neighbor's yard and wake up. You have no clue which fucking house is yours.
It's actually one of those suburban cookie cutter suburban neighborhoods where you probably don't have people getting drunk and passing out in their neighbors' yards.
Yeah.
There's a reason we live so far out we can't get city or county water, folks. Just putting it out there.
No, I love.
We got to work on our own water supply. Oh, I do too. And then the little neighborhood girl, whenever she pulls up and Vivian's out roller skating, and it's a neighbor friend, and she's like, hey, look, watch me, I can go backwards. All right, girl. She's like, I just got off my shift. I tell you what, tomorrow morning, me and you will go skate the whole block backwards, and then they go to, it was supposed to be their date night, but she worked over her husband, fiance, whatever. Anyway, the dick she's wrangling at the moment. Supposed to be their date night, but she just got off shift, so they wind up just fucking in the shower, and the news broadcasts are hitting, and of course they're not paying attention to them, so they have no clue what's going on. And then they wake up to Vivian coming in. This is what fucking started this movie.
Yes.
Right from the beginning, and he's like, oh, honey, Vivian's here. Honey, are you okay? And he gets up and goes to checks her, and you see her face. And now that gets to me more than it did back then. But back then I was like, holy shit. Her whole bottom lip is gone. It's just the bottom of her teeth, just showing, and it's nasty. Now I'm a dad, and I got a daughter about that age. And now that's
that shit hits you different now.
Yeah. And then he turns, honey, call 911, Vivian's. But at the time she goes straight to the fucking, bites in, blood squirts. The wife doesn't know what the fuck to do, her girlfriend, whatever, doesn't know what to do. And, and she just grabs him, pulls him up, shuts the door, and Vivian's just slamming against this door. And then she's trying to hold pressure, trying to get old. Of course, the phones aren't working, everything's out, and he bleeds out. And then she's freaking out, and then he comes back. And then it's a wrestle with the man she loves. She's stuck, like in typical horror movie fashion, she's stuck in the bathroom. And finally gets out the window, and you think she's going to get bit, but she kicks him in the head, gets out, and then she's like just stunned by everything going on outside. The whole neighborhood. Just
everything's gone to shit.
Fucking fires. There's people screaming. There's her neighbors chasing others down.
Basically, she walks out her door and it's a BLM riot.
But she did have sense enough to grab her car keys off the nightstand. We'll get that. And she runs out and going to get in her car, and she sees her neighbor, and he's standing in his yard with a 45. It's like, she hollers his name, and he points, what? don't come near me, don't come. He's fixing the fucking shooter. He's walking toward her, and an ambulance takes his ass out. Bam! It's like, holy shit. And then the husband comes through the damn fucking front door. She gets in her car, bashes it in, and she drives off. And then it shows the aerial view, of the car going down the street. You see the fires here. The one car comes by, barely misses her, takes out a gas station, blows it up. And then she sees a bus, and she stops because it's got the roadblock, and she's just in awe because there's two people just chewing this person to pieces in the back window of this bus. And and then this other guy comes out and rips her door open, and she gets trying to get away from him. I think she half-ass runs him over. Then goes down a hill, kind of crashes her car trying to get away from him, hits a tree, and then she's out. And
they did a great job in creating chaos right there and setting the pace for the movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I was absolutely blown away by the opening of this movie.
I was going to say that. I think, you guys will probably agree with me. I think this is the best opening sequence of any horror movie I've ever seen.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
If not any horror movie, definitely the best opening sequence to any zombie movie.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
I remember going to the theater, like me and the wife. We went to the movies to watch this at that time, and man, I was just blown away. I mean, Rob's right. I mean, I can't. Whenever you think of this movie, I mean, whenever I think of it anyway. It's that opening scene. Everything else, I still remember some of the scenes. I know we're going to cover it all, but that right there is the staple. If someone goes, Dawn of the Dead remake 2004, I'm like, boom, right automatically. Those images are in my head.
Yeah.
The morning, in the morning when the little girl, and then all the chaos and the camera angle where it's just a widespread and you see people running and she's driving through everything. I mean, that's a masterpiece.
And it's what put Zack Snyder on the map.
Pretty much,
for good reason.
And this is everything before the main credits run, before the opening credits run. A lot of our movies back then, they did the credits first. Your main credits. Such and such star, blah 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 blah. That. They're showing a little bit. This one just bam starts right up in the hospital with the nurse. And fuck, we lost Cody already.
I'm still here.
Damn it.
No,
okay, good.
You know what the best part of that opening sequence, at least for me, is? Remember when the boyfriend is chasing her down the street and he realizes he's not going to catch her? What does he do? He sees the next victim and makes that turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
I thought that was so fucking intense. I was like, holy shit.
Well, man, that just set the tone for what's going on. That wasn't, he didn't realize he wasn't going to catch her. He just, and all of a sudden something out of the corner of his eye, and he just happens to look at, sees it, locks on. He doesn't even realize what he was chasing. He just locked on to the next closest thing he can chew on and try to put in his gut.
Now, exactly. Is this the first movie that we actually had zombies that were fast? What was 28 Days Later before or after this?
28 Days Later was not a zombie movie.
I know it wasn't, but I'm just saying, yeah. But I'm saying, well, kind of. I would consider
28 Days Later.
You can shoot people in the heart and kill them. They're alive. They're just infected. It's like an accelerated version of Mad Cow.
Oh, I got you.
So,
all right.
They're much easier to kill.
So is this the first zombie movie we had where the zombies move fast and they start running?
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, that's what everybody was pissed off on this one before. Like, oh, fucking zombies can't run. I'm like, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah, 2002.
When was the last time you were in a zombie outbreak, motherfuckers? Like, we live around crackheads all the time. Them motherfuckers are fast. Yeah. Could you imagine a crackhead that dies and comes back and still has that shit in his system?
Oh,
well,
that would be more like a 28 Days Later scenario.
Zombie-nado.
Zombie-nado.
Yeah, where we live, it would totally be zombie-nado.
Well, see, World War Z, those were zombies, and they were fast, too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But,
yeah. That was a vaccination movie, too.
I have trouble, the same problem with...
Shut up.
with zombie movies that I have with superhero movies. I just have a hard time suspending disbelief on it. Because when you think about it, especially people that hunt a lot and see the deterioration of are familiar with the deterioration of muscle and stuff when you kill something. You know, it in some weird alternate universe where the dead could be reanimated. As soon as you die and you don't have blood pumping through your veins in any animal, you know, the
Blood's
nerves
what
start
fuels
dying.
everything.
And these zombies, unless the virus they have somehow makes their heart start pumping again, their bodies are you know, just like in the movies, they're rotting. Yeah. So it doesn't none of it makes any sense that they would still be mobile.
But it's kind of
it would make more sense for them to be slow because their nerves aren't sending signals as quickly because their bodies are decaying.
But all these zombies are fresh, though, you see, too.
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, maybe.
But don't forget, Hitler even experimented on the dead.
Trying to bring back the dead back to life.
Put on the front line, yeah.
Well, that being said, he was doing a lot of meth.
Yeah, there were
a lot of meth.
I think it was more. I ain't sure what their main drug was back then, but
it was meth.
Yeah,
it was meth.
He was like Hitler was like, "Oh fuck, I think I'm dead and I'm moving. I feel great." So,
that's right. You know, they had the good rat poison back in them days.
Dude,
they had the strong shit.
All I'm gonna say is there's probably we don't even know the tip of the iceberg on all the stuff they were doing because we don't know. But they were very heavily into the occult, which is kind of piques my monkey brain curiosity. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, what were you all doing? Like, what the hell? And
that's one thing you got to give Hitler. He was like, I'm gonna fucking get into anything. What we'll do, meth.
You gotta give it to him.
We'll bring people back from the dead. We'll start a cult. Whatever I gotta do to get the job done, you know.
Well, and there was just one Jewish girl that commented he had a small penis, and that set off the whole fucking Holocaust right there, did it not?
I think Cody's the first podcaster in history to give Hitler credit.
You gotta give Hitler credit for something. I mean,
something.
Gee.
Well, fuck, it's been nice while we've been on Rumble, y'all.
YouTube's famous for that for sure.
Rumble's calling YouTube right now. Hey guys,
2004. Can we get back to it, please? We're getting in some deep waters here, dude. I mean,
this is something for Morning Brew. This for the horror podcast. Damn.
This is really something that Joey T should have brought up. Yeah,
it's okay.
So anyway, after she wrecks, then we go to the opening credits.
Yeah.
And dude, what better fucking song could Johnny Cash, The Man Comes Around, is going. Man Comes Around.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow. This was the year after Johnny Cash died.
After he died, he died in 03, yeah.
You talk about everybody was on a Johnny Cash high then. People that didn't even like fucking Johnny Cash were wearing Johnny Cash t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And then they used this song in the opening.
His remake of Hurt, was. I'm a big Nine Inch Nails fan, but man, that was much better than Nine Inch Nails did it.
Oh yeah, I agree. It was awful.
Trent Reznor even said that. Trent Reznor even said that because
Trent Reznor, I think his quote was, "That's Johnny Cash's song now."
Yeah, he was pissed off when he heard that Johnny Cash was covering it at first.
Well,
he's like,
he said
because he didn't want somebody covering his songs, big star covering his songs, and then when he heard it, he's like, no, that's his song now. Yeah,
it was on MTV, and he's like, "That's Johnny Cash's song now," and that old man just kicked my ass. Is what he said. But and I love the opening credits in this too. Because it's going to. That's when the news broadcasts kick in to pay homage to George A. Romero's, and through the whole. And this is like a fucking, I don't know, what is it? At least a 3-minute opening credit scene, and you can't look away from it. Yeah, you cannot look away from this opening credit scene. Just the bits and pieces they got of zombies coming to the camera, and then it cuts to the character piece, and then it cuts back to this, and just back and forth. Just beautifully, beautifully fucking done.
They set the tone very quickly. Very
Yes.
quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And
To say
then
the
they
least.
slow it down just a hair. So you get to know the characters.
You get to take a breath. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Ving Rhames finds her. He's a cop. He finds her, but he's putting a 12 gauge at her head. And she's like, oh, he's like, say something. Say something. And finally, I forgot what she said. And he's like, okay, you all right. And he's like, I'm going to was it Fort Bragg? I can't remember. It was a weird fort name they were using. But
Yeah,
I'm going to the fort. My brother's there. And she's like, doesn't say nothing, but he kind of looks at her and starts walking and looks at her again. Then she starts following him, you know. And then they run into the rest of the gang. You got the pregnant girl. Wasn't she a Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Russian pregnant girl
he
with
was a kid.
That was
Government.
knocked up by
DMX.
no,
he was a
Nick
DMX
Pfeiffer.
wannabe.
That was
Matt
I always
Pfeiffer,
think-
Oh no!
What happened to
What
that
did-
guy? Because he was in a bunch of shit. He was in
That wasn't
Something You Do
Tyrese.
It last summer, and he was in a bunch of shit, and then he just
Yeah.
Oh
gone.
God, I'll remember his name. He's a good actor.
Mickey
can't remember.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah, he is a good actor.
Mickey
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And
Damn.
then
He was
they
in 8 Mile.
and Jake Weber's with them.
What did you say, Rob?
The guy from
He was,
American
he was
Ghetto.
in 8 Mile with Eminem.
Yeah, he was.
See, every time I see DMX or him, I always confuse them two in movies. They got the same acting style. And I'm not trying to be around
Known anymore.
the black guy, but anyway, I'm horrible at names.
Oh, shit.
So he tells him, Ving tells him, well, you go and go where the hell you want, but I'm going to this fort. And like, yeah, you don't want to go there. We just come from that direction. He's like, really? Well, I'll get to him. And he tells him pretty much there's thousands of them munchers. And says, we're going to the mall. And so then they're all kind of like, man, fuck, I could use a chimichanga. Let's go. So they all head to the mall together.
Chimichanga.
And they're trying to figure out how to get in. They find what gets me, though. All right.
That's a beautiful shot, though. That's a beautiful shot. When they're walking up the hill and you can see the mall in the distance. That's a beautiful shot.
But there's no zombies anywhere around. Nothing. Look in the parking lot. This is like 150 acre, but there's nothing. And it shows them walking, and they're like, oh, okay. And so they're skipping through the parking lot, holding hands, singing DMX songs. And then they get to the door, and they're trying to break in. And all of a sudden they turn, oh, shit, where the fuck did these motherfuckers come from? They just walked from that direction. The mall's not that big. The parking lot is huge around this mall. All of a sudden, there they are. And then the one looks, and that is really, except for the girl getting attacked, is when we really get to see how fast these motherfuckers are. Because this sumbitch is 150 yards away from him, and he's one-armed. So that tells you right there, zombies got good balance. You cut like one of our arms
weight
off,
reduction.
it's gonna fuck
Weight
us all
reduction.
up. Yeah. But he was Chinese, too, and we all know they're fast. So anyway, so he's hauling ass. And
I don't have a Chinese kid saying that's racist, but go.
Oh, you ain't got the 1, 2, and ching chong potato meme?
You know what? It just, yeah, you get another one.
It's close enough.
God, I wish we had a cut of Ezra Miller as the Flash taking off.
Forrest Gump, Mama always said racist is racist.
Mom always said life is like a box of chocolates.
Are
Mama's
you Forrest
a real
Gump's
smart
pizza
lady.
eating cousin?
Hey, I'll
Well,
say one thing about Forrest Gump's mom. She really liked his education a lot.
Yeah. Can't blame her for that.
That she did. Yep. All right.
But,
Hey, Rob, why wasn't that zombie? Why was the one zombie not very fast? Why would it not go?
Because he started running. I don't know.
No, say you were supposed to say ain't got no gas in it.
Oh, I missed my cue.
Oh, damn it! Fuck, we just lost 50 viewers on that one. Shit. Damn, we were building up this episode. You know, if they stuck with us for the first hour and a half, we were doing good on the start of this movie, and now, fuck, they're gone.
They're all gone.
Thanks for watching, everybody. It's the Backwoods Horror Show. But yeah, so then, you know, Ving finally shoots open the door, and they get in there, and there's, unlike the 78 version, there's no zombies in the mall. So all this happened at night. Just, well, they do kind of fit it perfect in then, because, you know, shit didn't happen from at least after 6 o'clock when she got off work and got home. And so they're, you know, looking around, and they Ving Rhames in the beginning of this is a straight up fucking douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Douche. I'm thinking, damn, you know, somebody kick him in the fucking knee and use him for zombie bait in the beginning of it. And so they sat down by the fountain, the two girls, the one pregnant Russian, DMX, and Ving Rhames. And then Jake and DMX decide they're going to go check the place out. And they're like, well, Ving, you know, he's like, I'm going to sit right here. They're like, the other guy's got a 9mm, and he's a gangbanger, so he's fixing to go through his whole clip on the first zombie. And it's like, yeah, you got a sidearm, you got a shotgun, but then again, though, he does stay there with the women. So I kind of see where he's at, but I would have took him with me. And so they go to clear, and then the whole time Jake's been carrying not a crossbow, wrong movie, been carrying a crowbar. And he goes to a sporting goods show. See, and this is something, I don't know if you picked up, but he's a British actor from the UK. So he sees a croquet rocket, and he puts down the crowbar and picks up this little croquet. He's like, oh, yeah, this is well balanced. Yeah, his UK comes out of him right there. And finds a couple of the maintenance men eating. You know, one's eating the other one. And the first whack, this somebody just snaps. Doesn't even put the zombie down, nothing. And we get our first really good kill from this. Because he's pinned down, he's trying not to get in. He shoves this, what's left of this. Basically, it's just a big wooden spike then, croquet mallet, right through the bottom of the chin, right through the top of the head. Total bullshit, but it looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go through the bottom of that, but it ain't coming through the top of that skull. That'd be like trying to shove a toothpick through your damn skull. But yeah, so you know that kind of sets the pace. And I'm like, this is gonna be I'm already blown away. I'm like, this is gonna be a fucking awesome movie.
And then, they finally get DMX to come in after much arguing with him. They say, DMX, why don't you come in the mall with us? He says, ain't no sunshine in the mall.
It's gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. Oh.
If it was really DMX, it'd just be barking like, ow, ow, ow.
Oh, that would have been, how good would that have been if it would have been DMX, though? You know, the first zombie attack, he runs out of fucking ammo, so he's just pistol whipping this damn zombie. Oh, oh, oh. But,
yeah, I forgot DMX box.
Then the
yeah, he does.
Then
I
DMX.
just remember DMX. What?
No, that's what it's what you're hearing. It's what you're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, you have to do a fan edit now, please.
Yeah, every time we say DMX, you have to play something now.
Yeah, we're gonna have a DMX, a Henry fucking Rawlings recap, and everything.
Why don't you say that? That's like calling the Kraken, dude. I mean, now you can't call out the whole name unless you want him here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we just have to say HR now.
We have so many cuts of the original Dawn of the Dead. We need a DMX cut of the remake, the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah.
Dog of the
we
Dead.
could have DMX comes back from the dead now.
Oh, damn.
We could do that one.
DMX of the Dead.
I can already see it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be standing at the pearly gates. I'm gonna hear barking on the other side of me, like, oh shit. Yep, he was listening.
I heard that shit you were
He
talking.
was listening.
I heard that shit on that podcast you were talking. Now you ain't walking through these gates. Arr, arr.
What?
What?
We're all going to hell.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We like to cross lines on this podcast.
Oh,
You know, then we got Ving and the girls hanging out at the fountain, and they get attacked. And Ving gets his shotgun knocked away from him. Somehow forgets he's got a sidearm on his hip too. But anyway, the zombie got him pinned down, and the little fragile nurse grabs the 12 gauge, and does a pretty good shot. You know, anybody else shooting a 12 gauge in that situation that's not very good with guns would have shot fucking everybody, because that was buckshot that he was shooting in that 12 gauge too.
You're right.
But shoots the zombie in the shoulder, and he turns into a twitcher, and he's just sitting in the fountain. Just, I don't know. I guess it fucked up that one's central nervous system or something. And they did have what'd they call them? Did they call them twitchers or tweakers, or I can't remember.
Twitchers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tweakers.
And, yeah, that was way back before tweakers were mass spread around the USA.
Yeah.
But then we don't know
Not
it.
much
But
before.
the mother Russian,
That's workers.
she got scratched, so they're all getting away from there. And they get away in an elevator, and then they meet the wannabe cops, the rent-a-pigs. And oh my God, you talk about character pieces.
Dude,
You've got the super dick. That's what I
wanted
call
those
him
guys
'cause
to
it's
die
the rest
right
of
off
this
the bat.
podcast. The super dick. You got the one that's a good guy, but he's really young and he don't know what to do because he's kind of hung out with this crew. And then you got the one that's about as bright as a chewed up box of fucking crayons. And it's just like,
Hey.
oh my gosh. He looks like Opie Taylor's thick-headed little cousin. And,
You know, the one that always makes me laugh now, because I went back and watched this not too long ago, and I'm like, that's the dad off of Modern Family, like, and he's like a sex addict and
such a
shit. Like,
fucking dick in this movie. Yeah. And it
I
fits him
did
so
not
perfect.
realize that.
yeah, he's Phil on the Modern Family.
So believable too.
Yeah.
And we got Max Headroom in this movie too.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Matt Fuhr, yeah.
Matt Fuhr. Is he
Yeah.
the stupid one?
No, he was the
No,
old
the
guy.
dad that got bit. The
Yeah,
older
wasn't
guy.
his wife the fat cow that ended up dying?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, because that's a great scene.
No, that wasn't his wife.
Oh.
No, it was just somebody they picked up. That wasn't his wife because he's gay in this one, remember?
He is? Oh.
No, my bad. I'm thinking of the wrong actor. I'm sorry. I'm horrible with names.
Max fucking Headroom.
Yeah. My bad.
Zombies.
So then, and this is one thing I didn't like. It took me back to like the 60s and 70s Westerns. Hand over your guns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, they're sitting there. I think only two of them had guns, didn't they? The crayon chewer and the super dick.
I love how his
One of them had a revolver.
Chef's
The other one had an automatic. And if I remember right, the stupid one had the automatic. So he probably didn't have one in the fucking chamber. And they're standing there with the 12 gauge and two pistols. The 12 gauge could have took care of this problem right from the fucking get-go. And they hand them over. And then, so the security guards kind of de-arm them, set them back. Okay, they go ahead and let them get medical attention, this and that. And then we cut back to Tom Savini's cameo as the super sheriff on the news. And pretty badass. It's like the same news broadcast from the George A's in '78 too. You know, that was badass. He's like, yeah. We've organized these groups to get together, and he's like, well, that was like Fred from the gas station we had to put down over there. And Yeah, that girl, the Twitcher over there. Yeah. Oh, wait, I know her. Oh shit, I'm pretty sure I banged her before. And then the newscast cuts away from it. It's like that's fucking gold.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the British actor, he's like, so I know you're the head dick in charge here. Yeah, and he's like, I'm sure you already thought of this, of painting signs on the roof to let people know we're here. So when rescue helicopters come through and all that, and he's like, oh, yeah. Let's get up there and do that. So they haven't done any of that. So and that's when you meet Andy, the gun shop owner, across the fucking road. Love that character.
Yes.
Just one thing though that is off key about this character. Any gun shop owner, the way he dresses, the way he looks, does he not look ex-military to you guys? Or at least
Definitely.
Or at least prepper. He's a prepper.
Yeah.
How many of them guys do you know would not have enough food where they couldn't last 2 or 3 months if they had to bunker down in their place, or longer?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that I definitely called bullshit on.
That-
Like, well, I have
that
all these
was
guns
off.
and ammo, but I don't have anything to eat.
Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. That's the
Well,
only
you know
thing
what?
on this movie.
That being said, I don't have. I mean, I could get by for maybe a month at best feeding the family. I don't have a shit ton. And I mean, I'm not necessarily a prepper, but we. In case you folks don't know me, if this is your first episode of Backwoods Horror Show, me and Trav, we live in the backwoods. We live in
All right.
very rural country.
The only reason I can do this right now is because of Elon Musk, and I have Starlink. Before then, I couldn't even get dial-up internet. I live far enough out. If that gives you any idea how far out in the woods we live.
But yeah, we can get by. But that being said, in an urban setting,
Yes,
like
in an
that,
urban setting.
If the guy just really hadn't thought about it, I mean, nobody thinks the apocalypse is going to come tomorrow until it comes tomorrow. And
true, but from his style, I don't see him being a guy going out and buying groceries for every 3 or 4 days. I think he could have lasted a lot longer.
Yeah, I think he would have been more ready than he was. Yeah, he probably would have been good there for a while.
But like us, yeah, I'm good probably if I rationed everything out in the home, which I've got a lot of stuff that I will not fucking eat unless that happens. It's just shit for emergencies. I got powdered milk. I've got some canned meat, some shit like that. It's emergency situation shit. I could probably last 2 to 3 months with the family, ration everything out.
And then you have to start eating the kids.
Well, me and Cody, oh fuck, we can live for a year. But then, like me and Cody though, we live far enough out here. We're not in urban country where, yeah, we're not going to be overwhelmed like you would in the city. So we'd be able to slip out and probably kill something and bring home some protein and stuff like that. Which does, reviewing these movies does make me think, I do need to go ahead and get my suppressor license and go ahead and start stocking up on suppressors too for quiet.
Sure.
Takedown.
Hey,
why not?
You just mentioned a future movie, Backwoods of the Dead, starring you and Cody.
Wait,
Make it
is this
happen.
a horror movie or or is this talking about us just aging and dying slowly in the backwoods?
I mean that will eventually happen anyways, but
Who's dying slowly, motherfucker? I mean,
killing you softly.
Then the dickhead, he locks them up in the night, and the big thing in here, this is the fucking apocalypse. Everybody knows it. These guys have been watching the news enough. They knew enough they need to lock down the fucking mall. And he's like, well, lock you guys up in here. I don't want anybody sneaking around and stealing shit on my watch. And I'm like, Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you really that worried about the fucking wall right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but okay, so these people are unarmed
Society is
now.
over, motherfucker. Do you not realize that? Joe Biden is
Yeah.
president. Shit is going down.
Fuck,
Quickly.
Joe Biden would think about it. If the zombie apocalypse
He already
happened,
is a zombie.
the zombies
He is a
ate
zombie,
all
I
the
agree.
secrets. Yeah, they ate all the Secret Service. They killed all the White House. That motherfucker could just walk around freely, and they'd never even sniff him, never fight him or nothing.
Nope.
I mean,
He'd
he
probably
looks like one
sniff
of
the
them
ham,
walking
though.
Probably. Well, if there's any little kid zombies running around, that might get him bit. That'd be what get him right there.
Here, little kitty.
His old PP would stick out, and they'd be like, ah! That'd be the end of it. But, so these people are locked up. All this shit's happened in a day. All right, put yourself in their setting. All right, stupid fucking nurse gave them the 12 gauge, so automatically and then you got DMX with the fucking piece, and he's not gonna be able to handle it very well, so more than likely you're gonna fucking die. Yeah. He's gonna bark at least twice before he shoots, so they're gonna pull the first trigger. And he's gonna throw it up sideways. He ain't gonna, it's not gonna be good. No recoil control. So they're unarmed. They're locked in like a Tiffany fucking Taylor bath and beauty fucking thing with no working toilets. They have beds, yes, which I guess would be nice, but so then the mall goes into auto shutdown and all the lights shut off and everything, and there's no music, and all you can hear are these hundreds, maybe thousands, you don't know how many zombies beating on the side of this mall trying to get in, and you're hearing this moaning and groaning and scratching and clawing. Do you know how hard it'd be to fucking sleep? It'd be damn it, and you're
I
unarmed.
worked for Walmart for 20 years. Black Friday,
Exactly.
man, getting ready for that. I couldn't sleep through any of them. I mean,
yeah,
terrible.
And then take on top of that, say the zombies do break in, but they can't get to them. But they take out the other dipshits because they're not gonna be worth the fuck in any situation. They're locked in there. They can't fucking get out, so they're just gonna sit here and look at these fucking rotten motherfuckers and starve to death. So they're not in a great situation. And then they finally, I forgot how they overthrow them. I don't remember that part of the
Did you
movie.
already cover the part when they're snipering people and they're playing a game?
No,
Like,
we haven't
oh
got to
my
that
god,
yet.
dude.
We're
That's my favorite
still
part.
on the part where the dickhead's in control and got them locked up.
Oh yeah, that asshole. I mean, like I said, that guy, he should have. I as soon as I saw that character, I'm like, I hate this guy so much.
Well, personally, me,
He acts like that.
I'm sorry, but this is the apocalypse, and as soon as they overthrew them two, and the one kid that's actually a decent guy, he's just a young kid in security, he took their side. Oh, it's when they were painting the SOS and shit. No, that was the next day. They were doing something. He had them doing chores or something. Anyway, they overthrew them. If I would have been Ving Rhames, as soon as I'd have got my 12 gauge back, I would have shot dickhead number 1 and crayon chewer. I would have fucking done 2 in their fucking head, and they'd been gone. That'd be it.
Yeah, but not to jump too far ahead. They become dickhead becomes useful later on, though.
Yeah, he does.
True.
Yeah.
He does. And then so they kind of take over, and then you get the rest of the people coming in, the truck running through the parking lot. And no, this is when they take over, when the truck runs through the parking lot. They haven't taken over yet. That's right. So the truck comes in, and he's not going to let them in. He's just going to let them sit out there and like, fuck you, you got to let them in. And this is when they overthrow them.
Yeah.
And then they go out to let them in, and this is when all the other characters come in. What's his name y'all were talking about? Then we got the big fat woman in the wheelbarrow that's already infected.
Oh yeah, Max Headroom. Yeah.
Yep. We
Yeah,
got
Matt
we got the cross dresser. We got the cross dresser. Well, he's not really. He's just a gay guy that likes to wear high heeled shoes. Excuse me. That you think's with the big fat woman, but he's not. He's just pushing the wheelbarrow.
Hey, he's a real woman.
No,
He was doing
Cody,
it before it was cool.
Cody, we don't play that
I was
bullshit on this
country.
podcast. You're on the wrong podcast, son.
Country, it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
He's a
So
lady.
let him come in.
All right.
Whoa,
He's a lady. He's a guy
And
that
he's
likes
got
to
a
fuck.
bigger
He's
dick
a
than
guy that
mine.
likes to suck.
So, and then, you got dickhead. You're going to get us all killed. You're going to get us all killed. Well, they almost do. Of course, the nurse, her nursing skills kick in, and she's treating a big old Moten Gator woman. Then you got Max has had the ankle injury, didn't he? He was kind of hobbling. Yeah.
Yeah, Max Headroom. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so he's got the
He
the
looked
cut.
already dead in this movie.
Yeah,
when I saw him, I was like, "Is he already a zombie?"
And the bad part, he's still alive, I think. But he
is.
I saw him in other stuff around then, and he looks fucking horrible back then. I was like, "Is he?"
Oh, yeah.
Then you got. No, wait a minute. Max Headroom. He's not the one that had the daughter, is he?
Yeah, that was the
okay.
Yeah, that was his daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Max Headroom's the one that's got the daughter. He's got the bite on his arm. I'm talking about the other dude that's got the cut on his leg. He had the trucker hat. What was his name? Tucker is his name in this.
Tucker, yeah, and I think Tucker was in another zombie movie at some point too, if I remember correctly.
But
was it with Dale?
So the nurse is going back and forth, and they're like, ma'am, you really need to look at his leg. We're having a problem stopping it bleeding. It's like, okay, just watch her. And then the big woman dies. And they go back and they give you such a moment where they're checking for breath, they're checking for pulse, and I'm like, this fat bitch is fixing to eat you. What the fuck are you doing? But then they don't realize yet that the bite is what turns you.
Yeah.
They don't know this yet in this movie. And so then as soon as it turns out, they put the cover and she comes up and she takes off running after that person like they had
Mama
a chicken
Cass
wing in
came
their
alive,
pocket.
I was fucking scared,
Oh,
dude.
my
Holy shit.
That was freaky. Well, she set up and the fucking eyes of the zombie in there.
Yes.
She like, and them eyes cut, and she looked at that person. Was like, there's a chicken wing in that pocket, and boom, there she went. It was like, holy shit. Boom Boom was sitting beside me, and Boom Boom's like, you can't keep chicken wings in your pocket during a zombie apocalypse. That's exactly what Boom Boom told me. Boom Boom's our fat buddy. He's a big fat buddy.
He's lost a lot of weight now. When
is he going to make an appearance on here? When is Boom Boom make an appearance on here? Because he has good observation skills. So
we'll work on that.
We'll try to. But get ready. You will hear cocksucker a lot.
Yeah.
I hear that all the time from Tyree. That's what he calls me.
Yeah, well, nobody says it like Boom Boom, though. You got to.
Oh, cocksuckers. Oh, yeah. And I forgot. Anna's the nurse's name, if I remember correctly. But anyway, and she kills her with a fucking fire poker.
Yeah,
I remember the fire poker through the eye. Yeah,
it wouldn't have took much. It was kind of like a Spartan digging his heels in with the spear because that zombie had a shit ton of inertia built up. The arms were flailing behind, the titties and gut was forward, and the jaws were coming forward, snapping. There wasn't no stopping that train. I mean, you had one shot. If you missed that head, you were done. Yeah. Like Poe said, Mama Cass had the train going.
Yeah. She fucking jumped up. And like, God damn.
Oh, yeah.
Anna's hardcore in this. She is.
Yeah.
She is.
Oh, yeah. And, and then it's right along here is when the nurse figures out, the bites make you sick, you die, and you turn from the bites. And then that's whenever they get to Frank with his daughter, and there's this big, it almost makes you think George A. Romero directed this from the character piece they build up in here, you got a pretty good damn gut wrencher right here. Frank's got his daughter, and they show up, and the nurse is like, "No, you can't shoot him." They're like, "Well, we have to shoot him. We got to take him out. He's fixing to turn. We have to." And the British guy and Ving Rhames is behind him. Ving's like, "Yeah, you're right." And they go up, and the nurse comes up, Frank, yeah, they're here to shoot you. You've been bit. You're going to turn, but they're fixing to put a fucking bullet in your head." And then he's like, "Well, fuck, I can't really do it now." And then the daughter, was hugging him, and you just got a gut wrenching moment right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then finally they don't do it, and they decide to sit with him until he turns. And then you get that, that scene. He tells him, he's like, "Hey, my daughter, she's saw her mom get killed. I don't remember if it was two brothers or a brother and sister, but anyway, both of her siblings, her grandma, I'm all she has left, And then they finally go in there, and Ving, I think it was Ving Rhames in there with him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, "Yep." And he said, "It's the fun." He's sitting here barely drawing breath. I mean, he's like, "It's the funny thing about it. You want every second," is what he tells Ving. And then he passes, and you just see it in Ving Rhames' face. He's like, "Oh." And then he pulls up, gets his gun ready, and then as soon as his head comes up, then it cuts away. You don't get to see the kill, which I think adds just as much to it. And I'm a gore guy. I love gore. But when they cut away and you don't see it, and everybody's doing their da-da-da, and then everybody hears that boom, and they're all like, "Oh, God." They know what it is. I think that just added more to it.
No, literally, I think they that really hit the audience, because I was watching, like Aaron, I was at the movie theater watching that, and I literally was in tears when I heard the gunshot. Mm-hmm. I literally was crying in the theater.
I was like, "Oh shit, they killed Max Headroom. They're fucking serious."
He's malfunctioned.
He's malfunctioned.
And then, just like in the 1978, shortly after this, they all start living it up. It shows them all, because you remember in the 78 one, after they had them all secure, everything going, they started hitting all the shops in the mall, where everybody does that in here. Frank's daughter finds a paint store, and she starts tagging shit, starts doing graffiti to cope with what's going on. You got all the others running around hitting shops, doing this and that. And and then Ving Rhames meets the gun shop guy, and then they're playing these games, they're playing chess and all that, and then one of them finds like, "We need a new game." And then they come up with the celebrity shooting game. Was that not fucking game. Awesome?
Yes. All right, quick question. I got a question for everybody. If you guys were in that situation and you could shoot any celebrity, which one would it be?
I'd kill them all.
Have to be dead.
Any one of them that looked like
I mean, people
Jimmy
today.
Kimmel. I would blow that head off, dude. Figuratively, anybody that looked like Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah,
I'm afraid to say mine. It may make me commit suicide.
Oh,
just say I got it. Any of the Clintons.
Whoa! He said people, not lizard people.
Oh,
he just not.
Mine's easy.
He didn't just get our show canceled. He just got us canceled.
I'm not going down without a fight, though.
It would be any of the Kardashians except for Rob.
Yeah, what happened to Rob? He was the coolest one.
I know, like he's still dressed like a 2-bit hood, and he has more. He has more money than all of them.
I'm still waiting for Caitlyn to take out all of them.
I have no clue what you're talking about, because I've never watched any of the Kardashians. That's all they are.
Bruce Jenner, who became Caitlyn Jenner, and he is a very outspoken conservative.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know all about that one. I don't eat Wheaties. I do not eat Wheaties. Look what it done to him.
Yeah.
No.
I will say,
hey, don't make your dick cut off. It may make you want to get your dick cut off, but it don't make your dick fall off. So eat Wheaties. They're healthy.
I did not follow. I did not follow the Kardashians at all. But the only reason I know about Rob is he was like their brother,
And whenever the height of the Kardashians were going on, like he was just the normal guy. So I never sat and watched the show, but I was like, okay, you know, his sisters all talk stupid and everything. And then we had Caitlyn come out of the woodwork and, you know, make some valid points. and that's a transgender person, but also against men that or who used to be men competing in sports. So I got to give it up to him, you know, or her.
And also, he's very outspoken against transgenders and indoctrinating young children. And,
exactly.
You know,
he was like, when I won the Olympics, I still had my dick and balls, by God.
Well, I didn't go to the women's part. You know what I mean? Like he's very, or she. Sorry, you know, she is very.
It. You can call it.
What about you two guys? Who would you shoot? I heard from Travis, but who would you guys shoot?
I already said Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh yeah. What about you, Cody?
That's part of the Clinton Foundation, though. So.
Oh, that's a hard one. Wow. So many.
You say the ones that give you a hard on?
So many to choose from.
So many to choose from. I don't know. I think Cody's kind of got a zombie fetish going on. So
maybe. Yeah, we'll go with Anna Nicole. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, wait. That one won't work.
Yeah, she's dead already.
Nothing but bones by now. There's nothing left to Anna Nicole.
Oh, I thought you meant like then. Sursa night 2004.
No. There will be some 34 double Ds down there. I don't think those go bad, but that's about it. So technically you could. So technically you could still tit fuck her, Cody.
And then Nicole it is.
That's what we'll go with. Okay, sorry. I just had to know that.
Shit. Oh, damn. Just when we think there's no more lines. Oh, damn. And Cody, you remember when you were talking about the power going out? In the first one. Remember you said, what about the power? The power, and the power is not out in this one. Well, the first one kind of happened like in the first 3 or 4 or 5 days. Well, this one goes on for several days. And the power finally goes out. Remember?
Yeah. When they find, I do.
Well, the lights go out and the emergency lights are on, and there is backup generators, but nobody knows where they're at. But Captain Dickhead. Oh, we glossed over one of my favorite parts. So you got Captain Dickhead and Crayon Chewer. They've got them locked up in like this little cage, and it looks like a dog kennel. It really does. And the gay guy is sitting there telling him about his life story. So he's like, yeah, that's the first time. I've got the director's uncut version. It's the best one. He's like, yeah, that's really the first time I realized that I like boys. I was somewhere in such and such at a camp and this and that. And one guy's like, please. They were changing shirts. He brought them fresh T-shirts. And he's watching them change and he's getting all aroused. And that one's like, will you please just shut the fuck up or shoot me in the head? One of the two. And so anyway, but they unlock Captain Dickhead and Crayon Charlie. That's when we'll start calling him Crayon Charlie. And because they know where the generators are at and they're going to take them. Well, the only one that's going to take them is our UK actor. And he doesn't know how to work a gun very well. But Veen comes in right at the very end of it, and they go in. Oh, yeah, they're down in the parking garage. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, when they showed the beautiful shot like Rob was talking about of this mall, there's no fucking parking garage in this mall.
Yeah.
Unless it's under the mall.
Yeah, but there's 150 acres of parking all the way around this. They wouldn't waste no anyway. That's just shit I noticed. So anyway, it doesn't ruin the movie. It's just one of them like, they fucked up there. So anyway, they go in there. They find the dog. Something's running. They got shadows. They're down there, flashlights. And anybody that's ever been in a cave or in a like really an open parking garage with no power is kind of like a cave, and you've got the best flashlight in the world. It looks like one of these little pinky mag lights. It doesn't do shit. You can't see nothing. And so they're seeing shadows, and finally they turn and they're fixing to shoot, and there's a dog sitting there. Like, hey, you got any Scooby snacks? You know, he's sitting there wagging his tail. And then they start hearing something, and then I did not like this one when I saw it. You got the zombie with no legs coming across both, okay, not one, but two sprinkler system pipes. I've done industrial maintenance for years. You don't have sprinkler pipes that close together. He's shimmying across these sprinkler pipes and lands on them. And first of all, motherfucker ain't got no legs. It's Captain Dan. How the fuck did he get up there?
Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan.
And how long can this dead motherfucker just hang here like a tick on a leaf and wait for somebody to come by he can crawl up to and land on?
Yeah.
And how did he get up there in the first place?
Exactly, that's what I said. I hated that damn part. It was kind of cool, but I hated it. The best thing that come from it was the crayon chewer got fucking killed. I never could stand that one. And that is probably the worst part in this movie, is that particular part. Very solid movie. But then, then they get to the other part is, okay, I don't agree with
Please
this part
tell us
either.
the other part.
Well, I'm fixing to. You're going to have to bear with me. We're going to lose a few listeners here. But all right, we're in an underground parking garage. And in the middle of an underground parking garage, they have this little old chain link fence for their emergency backup generators, where anybody can just back a car right through here and take these out. And they have gas pumps down here by these gas, like I'm talking to you. Go up to 7-Eleven, fill up your car. There's a gas pump. This shit that don't work. No, I've never heard of anything, never seen anything like that. I'm like, Alibaba's not down there with the credit card machine. No, there ain't no way that's happening. And it's locked up. It's not like they're letting people come in before they park their cars and fill up their car to make money. I can see that. Bad idea, but I can see it. And it's with the backup generators and a little old chain link fence. And I'm like, I don't know, what was there, 40 dead people down there that they could mow them over? Yeah, I didn't like that. Now, it was a cool scene where they sprayed them with gas and then threw the lighter and burned them all, and then they got out.
And then wasn't a propane tank somewhere involved in that? Like, they just threw it and it blew.
I don't think that was there yet.
Oh.
No, that's when they go.
The third act, and whenever they go to escape the mall.
Oh, okay.
No. That's when they go. No. That's when they go to rescue the girl because she went over there after Andy got bit. Remember?
That's why they leave. Tank. Yeah, they were building That's right. They were building the vehicles for an escape, and they just do it earlier because she slips across to try to.
I'm
save
sorry,
the dog,
but
wasn't it?
I'm sorry, but I'd been like, sorry, you stupid redhead, you're gone. Nope. I would not. I went in the sewers and tried to pop up in the main street and go out there. I'm like, if you were that fucking stupid over a fucking dog, you better learn how to lock and load and reload really quick and cut you a fucking path back over here. I might have drove those vehicles over there and let her jump out on the roof, but no. If she's that fucking stupid, I'm sorry. There's a reason we have all the warning labels now. And there's a reason why we have so many fucking stupid people on this earth.
That being said, if me and you were in the same situation and I saw a zombie walking around out there holding an Atari entertainment system, and I felt the need to go get that, you can't say that you would not at least think about coming and saving my ass. I mean, it's an Atari, man.
First of all, no, me and you would have a conversation. I'd be like, all right, Cody, you're going to run out there and get the Atari.
I'd be the bait.
No. You'd say, no, Trav, I think you should go do it. I'm like, no, motherfucker, we're in the zombie apocalypse and you're sitting here with the fucking black powder musket. I don't think so. I'm laying down the fucking cover fire. You're going out there and getting it.
But Cody's playing
I can't argue that logic.
What were you
Cody
saying,
has
Rob?
more black powder than he does anything else.
I said, but Cody wanted to play Frogger out there.
Yeah, fucking.
Look,
Frogger with the
Oh.
Pop
zombie.
me into
how
fucking
come there's not a
cassette of
zombie?
Buckner and Garcia, Pac-Man Fever, and let me go.
Dude, how come there's not a zombie movie made in the Civil War? That'd be hilarious to see muskets and
There
shit like
is.
that.
There is.
The Killing Box.
Survivor again.
Yeah, Corbin Burnson.
Exit Humanity.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
The
Survivor
Killing
again.
Box. The Killing Box. No,
I've never seen The Killing Box.
Yeah, that's from the 90s, late 90s with Corbin Burnson.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I didn't know that existed. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Exit Humanity is one too. It's pretty decent.
The zombies in it are from like an African shaman teaches some of the imprisoned slaves these basically like voodoo rites of how to bring people back from the dead.
Yeah, I remember this one.
And,
Yeah, it's a voodoo thing. Yes, I remember the Killing Box now.
But
that was taking
zombies.
place during the Civil War?
Yeah. They're legit
Really?
zombies in it, yeah.
Now, Exit Humanity took place right at the ending of the Civil War. Right when the war was over, and all these old dead soldiers on the battlefield started rising up and coming back, and it was really,
okay,
yeah.
so
it was
I need to
interesting.
see it.
I haven't seen that one, no.
I've got
I'm
it on
surprised
DVD.
I haven't heard of it.
I heard about it. Yeah, I've told you about it before, Code.
Was it drinking?
When are we around each other and we're not drinking? I mean, fuck, we're 45 miles from each other right now. We're drinking. But yeah, Exit Humanity. But so then, to me, don't get me wrong, I love the 78 version, but this one just goes on a complete different scale.
Yeah, well, it's less of a character piece and more of a, it's a popcorn movie. It's action.
No, it's got the action, it's got the character, it's got the gore if you get the unrated one, because whatever the fuck, the fucking stupid people that think they know what I need to see and what I don't, that can tell them what they can show in the theater, that pisses me off. That's bullshit. That's a whole nother show. But anyway, so yeah, the edited version you see in the theater, when I got the unrated one, I was blown the fuck away from it. I watched it in the man cave, and I'm like, wow, I got a 12-foot screen down here. It's a lot more than the unedited.
Yeah, I've seen both of them too, and that the unedited, I agree with you. The unedited is like 3 times better than the theatrical version.
Yeah, you've got the action, you have the character pieces that get you intertwined with them. You have the triangles that come along. Oh yeah, you've got the triangles that come along, and all that, and it's just like, wow.
What about the squares?
All together.
And the circles?
No, it's just triangles. We left out the Russian. One of the most fucking blew me away. All right, so DMX has his Russian wife, and he knows now she's been scratched or bit and she's turning. So he's going right when the power goes out. I forgot about that. This is like a key moment in this fucking movie. It's great.
Yes.
So the nurse is like, I'm going to go check on them. He doesn't, nobody comes out. I'm taking care of it all. I got it. He's like, oh, you don't come in there, or I'm going to give it to you. And so they, the one's like, well, I'm at least going to take some candles. And the old woman that was driving the rig, whenever they first come up, the whole truckload of people, she's like, oh, no, hon, I want to smoke anyway. I'll smoke a cigarette and I need to take them some candles in. So she goes in, and right before she gets there,
yeah, the old lady from Feast.
Yeah. No, that's not her. I looked that up. I thought it was her, but that's not her. Looks just like her. But anyway, they go in, well, his wife is just starting to go into labor, or whatever the fuck she is. I don't think it's really his wife. But anyway, she dies in the middle of labor, and then she comes back. And then the water breaks, but it's not really water. It's kind of blood-soaked mucus gummy. It looks like they've melted 200 gummy bears and spit it out her vag, is what it looks like. Shoots out on the bed sheets. Anyway, he birthed his child. He's ready, though. I got to give it. This motherfucker's ready. He's got a ball gag sitting right there for when she turns, and he throws it on her. She's snapping, and he births his baby. And then Grandma comes in there with a revolver.
Ooh.
Smith & Wesson, by the way, 357.
Yeah.
And she looks over and sees it and just freaks out. And she's like, oh, and he's like, what? You want to hurt my family? And she just jerks this up. It should have been slow motion and just goes, boom, boom. And I think on the second or third round, she hits the Russian right in the head. And he's like, oh, then he pulls out his 9mm. He's doing his gangster shooting. He fills Grandma full of lead. I got to give it to him. He put at least 10 of the round.
You almost feel for him in that situation, though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. You don't see the baby yet. He's holding the baby as he's capping her, and Grandma gets a few rounds. Doesn't hit the baby, but gets him. Everybody hears the shooting, and they run out there, and the nurse runs up there and grabs the baby, and guess what? We got a baby Z. So if she wouldn't have pushed it out, he was going to eat his way out. Now that was a fucking creative shot right there.
That would have been. And can we all agree that the CGI baby zombie was kind of shitty?
At the time, it wasn't though.
No, at the time,
I remember. Even at the time, I was like, "Oh, really?"
At that time is when we had the sci-fi CGI running wild. So that CGI looked really fucking good compared to the sci-fi at the time. And you don't get a real long look at it. You just get a and then they cut away. So I can live with that one.
Yeah. Anyway, but they all have their time in the mall and decide to make their grand escape. And the dumb redhead decide she jumpstarts that by going after this dog.
You're missing a key point while she goes over there. They send the dog over because Andy's starving to death. So the zombies won't eat the dog. Zombies are cannibal motherfuckers. They just want to eat humans. So they just drop their... I don't agree with that. Well, they just drop the dog down with a couple Subway sandwiches in the pack, and Andy's over blowing a whistle, and he lets him in the doggy door, and a couple zombies get in. And then Ving talking to him. He's like, oh, man, yeah, I got him. Man, them fuckers are tough, and man, they bite hard. And then they're all like, fuck. Then go on, Cody. Then you hear her fire up the truck.
But anyway, they go out there in this field, just ocean of zombies, and with these two rigs, and chaos ensues.
Well, you're forgetting the sewer rescue. Remember, they go to rescue the girl through the sewer.
Yeah.
Because we have another callback from the original. You remember the guy they wheeled around the wheelbarrow shooting? Well, Tucker, something blows up and he falls down the manhole and breaks his ankle because it's already hurt. So Dickhead gives him a couple glocks and he's dragging him through the sewer. And the zombies, and he's bang, bang, bang. That was a callback to the original there. I don't know if anybody picked up on that one where the guy was, he was fucked, but he was still getting a fighting chance. Yeah. And then they come up through, and the rich asshole was supposed to be watching the door and wasn't. Remember, because that's their grand plan. Getting them vehicles set up for the apocalypse so they can go out to the dock and get on the rich asshole's boat.
Yeah.
And get away. Yeah.
Then the rich asshole, he gets bit, and or he just disappears, doesn't he?
No. He gets bit because remember that he tells the blonde, he says, well, honey, I tell you what, if I ever come infected by one of them, you have my full permission to blow my fucking brains out. And she does, and he does get bit. And when that one wrecks, they have the one that wrecks with Ving driving, and then he comes up and she's like, gotcha, motherfucker. And she kaboom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This movie, I could go on for hours about this fucking movie.
We kind of have.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Well, we did 45 minutes and not movies. Oh, but Tucker, before he dies, though, when they're going over the ammunition they have and why they have to go rescue her because they got to go over there anyway and get ammo because Tucker's going over their arsenal, what they have left over. He's like, well, we got 12 of these shotgun shells left. We got 26 of these pussy 9mm left. And he said, we got 16 of these 357 Magnum Supremacies left. And then Tucker gets 8. I was kind of sad about that. I kind of liked him.
Yeah.
He fit in. He was like one of us. He could be on the fucking podcast right now and fit right in.
Sure.
He's like, sure.
I still love this remake because it's just.
I do too.
It was fun, and like Rob said, you felt for the guy because he was waiting for his baby to be born. And of course, it's born a zombie. And that was kind of a line that no one really crossed before, right?
Like the thing is, he was trying to, like he told the cop early, he was trying to like better his life.
Oh yeah, that's whenever Ving and him had that big talk in the bathroom.
Yeah, and so I think like I actually felt for his character after that. Like in the beginning, you're like, okay, he's just a thug, but like. He was really trying to just better his life. He found the right girl. He found, he's going to have a family. He's going to straighten out his life. And then all of a sudden, his wife's gone. His baby, they're trying to shoot his baby.
I mean, he was even going to meetings for his barking problem.
Yeah. And he quit giving it to all of them. Just her.
Could have been Tourette's. Who knows?
Well, like I said earlier, that the asshole security guy there, later on in this movie, he
becomes half-ass likable. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what. I've got on here. Yeah, I've got on here. Dickhead's Last Stand is one of my notes, and that's when one of them wrecks, and they finally get to the docks, and I don't know, something happens to the brakes. They can't fucking stop for some reason. They drive to like half the docks, knock over 2 or 3 boats, but they're all bailing out, running, and Dickhead sits in there and is trying to fight, and he's, keep going, go on, and he's fighting while he's running out of ammo, and he's getting the shit chewed out of him, and finally he's like, oh, you fuckers, and he had one last Dickhead comment, and I forgot to write it down. I thought I could remember, I don't, and he takes this road flare and pops it, and there's this giant propane tank behind him, and he shoots this motherfucker. And boom. Oh, that was another thing I had in there. Because when they first got out, there were so many zombies that stopped the buses, remember? And they had a small 15-pound propane tank. And they threw that out there, and one muscle zombie picks the motherfucker up, and then they can shoot it. They had a road flare. Now, I will attest, propane is one of the most violent things you can use for something. They did get the explosions right, but on this, they got it backwards. Because the little one, detonated like a 3-acre fucking parking lot and knocked them all down. Now, they will do a lot of damage, but then if you notice at the boat docks, where they were at, this great big tank that was at least a 200-gallon one, did just a little bitty explosion in the boat docks. But anyway, yeah, he had his moment where he had his last stand. And then they're all loading up on the boat, Ving, the nurse, and then Jake, our British actor, he's like, nope, I can't go. I got bit. Yeah. He's like, bitch, be gone. Have fun. Go ahead.
Another sentimental moment, though.
Oh, yeah. It was impactful. It was.
They were falling for each other, She's lost everything. He lost everything. He had a daughter that he knows he's never going to see. He knows is probably fucking zombie food. And, because they had that moment where they're like, what were you best at? He's like, I was best at being a dad, So he had a daughter out there somewhere. And then those two connect, and then she's watching him as they're slowly sailing away. Finally, he's like, well, fuck it, I was going to sit around and just see. He's like, all right, that bitch can still see me. He's like, see you later, sweetheart, have a good kabam! So why she can see him. It's just, it was just a fucking gut wrencher when I saw that in the theater. It was like, mother.
Yeah.
And we've got
definitely. You gotta love those nihilistic endings, though. Especially, I especially didn't expect it with a mainstream Hollywood remake.
Yeah,
and I'm like, they went there, and I'm like, all right, Zack Snyder.
How we all talked about the beginning was the best opening scene of any horror movie. I still think the closing scene is the best closing scene. We've
got how many people left on the boat?
Yeah,
we got the nurse. We got the nurse.
People who die is a song.
And we've got we've got 4 people left. We've got the young couple to keep producing, and then we got Ving to protect them. We got the nurse to doctor everybody.
Yeah, but you have the musical selection of people who die, and then of course when you get to that island, it looks all secure. And then
don't
all
forget
of a sudden,
the boat.
Bam! And here comes all the zombies again.
Oh yeah,
Greatest
don't forget
ending
the
in
boat.
horror movie history.
You're forgetting the boat though. When they're floating up, and there's the boat out there, and they stop in the cooler, and they're because they're running low on food, they're running out of water, and they get to the cooler, and they're like, oh, what's in the? And they open and there's a fucking zombie head in the cooler, snapping at them, And then they get to the island and all that, and then the credits just go. And it was one of the movies, a lot of movies you're like, well, do I really want to sit through the fucking credits? I don't know. This one, there was no doubt. You set to the very fucking end. It had you glued. It was a masterpiece.
Because remember they're all partying
it never drops tempo. It never drops tempo.
No.
It just
never a spot in this
right
movie where you lose interest.
Along.
Yeah. It was a zombie masterpiece.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get all the shots of them like basically celebrating that they got away. So yeah, you're invested in this because you're like, man, they have reason to celebrate. They fucking survived.
Yeah.
And then they get you at that ending right there, and I was like,
and you're not sure how much guns and ammo they grabbed off the bus and got on the boat because everything's so fast paced, and so you have no clue. And then, did anybody get to watch any of the bonus features on any of the discs?
No.
Back when it first came out, I did. Yeah.
I
watched, the diary of the diary of the gun shop owner.
Yeah. Oh, that one's awesome. That's one of my favorite ones. Yeah, it shows his almost day by day what goes on in the gun shop. Andy's last stand. And yeah, it's great. You've got the special report, news reporters, the White House reps, and then the news reporter of what's going on out there. And some of these people, some like frat boys, had got a girl that was a zombie and locked her up in the basement and put a muzzle on her. And she was in a bra and panties, and they're sending oh man, look at the jugs on her, go get her, and that guy goes down there to fucking do whatever to her, and she winds up getting her muzzle off and bites him. I mean, you had tons of shit on. Yeah. And then you got infestation, like in 8-hour spans by 8-hour spans all across the country on how fast this is taking over. Then you got the sweep teams. That's badass. Savini, it was a little extras on extra shit they didn't put in the... Well, they put it in the uncut version, but they didn't put it in the cut version. Yeah, like what I said, that woman right there, I think I did her. That was in there.
Yeah.
Then you got the reporter from the morgue about reanimation. He's like, I'm telling you, I was in the middle of an autopsy on this. I had this guy's heart, his liver, and his lungs out, and he came alive and started trying to bite me. It was just little shit like that. And they show, he's like, look, this is one of them right here. And he pulls them out of the mortuary, the cooler, and it's sitting there moving. They've got it strapped down. Then you got the Tactical Z showcase, which was badass.
Yeah.
And you got like some military guys telling you, yeah, if you shoot them in the knees, it's going to slow them down, but they're going to keep coming after you. You got to shoot them in the head, and they're like got zombies in cages, pulling them out, showing you how to take them down and this and that. Yeah. I love this movie.
Yeah, and Zack Snyder, right? I mean, rightfully so. Yep. This really put him on the map, as he definitely deserved it. And unfortunately, I mean, he's done a lot of great stuff since then. I mean, Watchmen.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff he hadn't been appreciated for. I love Watchmen. I love Watchmen. But
I'm with you.
You must have been on some different LSD than I had.
Watchmen, the director's cut of Watchmen. Holy shit. So great.
I've watched it.
But, oh, come on. That is where you get the very best performance of, Negan.
Oh, yeah. Jeffrey D. Morgan.
I forgot he was
Jeffrey
even
D. Morgan.
Yep.
the comedian. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's great in that.
So
Jackie Earl Haley too, huh?
Jackie Earl Haley.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, are we saying this is the best zombie movie ever made?
I can't go with the best ever made. Best remake, definitely.
Out of the 2000s, the remake fad, which this and TCM remake pretty much ignited the remake fad.
Yes.
Yeah, they
this
did.
is what brought zombies back, and it's been correct. Oh, excuse me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but zombies have been on full pace ever since this one come out.
They're petering out, I think.
Yeah.
Starting now, yeah, but I mean from 2004 till now.
But you got to think, damn near 20 years, and we got The Walking Dead lasted 11 seasons, and now has numerous spin-offs, and we got so many other indie zombie films since then. Well,
Train to Busan.
Yeah.
That's a bad.
I will say,
way for all these other great films.
Train to Busan is that's one of the top ones. That's
that's a zombie movie on steroids.
It is. It's great. And if no one's seen it, and even the anime, it's
I've got
what was it called? Soul Station. That's great. It's an anime, but it's like a short film. And then you have Train to Busan, but I didn't see the other one. What was the other one?
Peninsula, something Peninsula.
Yeah. Train to Busan. Peninsula.
It went way off kilter what Train to Busan was. It was.
I didn't see it, but
it was horrible. It was kind of like Day of the Dead and Day of the Dead Blood, whatever it was. Yeah,
I heard it was more like a heist movie, kind of like what
Army
was the
of
one
the
that
Dead.
It was more like a live action anime movie. Really? Yeah. No.
Yeah, Train to Busan is it's.
I was so disappointed in it because I love Train to Busan.
Well, guys, I don't think we didn't rate the original. we started.
I guess we can rate both of them. I mean,
let's rate both of them.
Let's rate both of them, and then we'll get into a little news and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Well.
And promotion too.
And promotion. Right. Don't forget the promotion.
I do want to tease something before we go into the ratings. I do have a concept trailer for Ken's new project that's going to be coming out hopefully this next year.
Oh yeah.
I have a concept. It's a concept trailer. It's not the full trailer. It's just he shared it with me, and I said, "Is it cool?" And he's like, go ahead, and if this is the only place you're going to share, I was like, yeah, we'll share it here. So it's a premiere.
He's like, share it here because nobody's going to watch this yet.
It's a premiere.
I'm just saying, it's a little teaser.
People's going to see it.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I got that, and then we're also going to promote our buddy Morgan. There's something he's doing that's pretty special, so we're going to share that as well. But let's go to the. Sorry, I interrupted. I just want to put that out there.
Oh yeah,
go to the ratings.
You're good.
Ratings.
All right, 1978. Tony, how would you rate 1978 Dawn of the Dead?
It depends on which version. There's so many of them.
Your favorite version.
There you go.
Your favorite version.
Just pick one.
I'll tell you what, since we've talked so much about
theatrical, because it's shorter.
Since we've talked about George A. Romero's, if you've all seen it, the director uncut, we need to do that one because that's how he wanted it shown.
Yeah. Man, it's long, but it's good. And because it's long, I'm gonna have to have a few more beers to get through it. So I'll give it 4 beers, 4 PBRs.
That's good.
To get through it.
Ain't bad.
Sorry, and that's just because
I'm just I don't want to cover Father.
Make him look like he's drinking there.
I know. There you go. There's our PBRs.
So my next.
Yep.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll agree with Cody on that. I'll go 4 beers too.
Poe?
Yeah. 4 beers is like you're relaxing on the couch, just chilling and watching a movie. So yeah, I agree. You know, that's a 4 PBR. I give it that. That's a good. That's a good number.
I was really teetering on 4 and 5, but with all you saying 4, I gotta agree. It'd be a 4.
Wow.
You know,
4 across the board, dude.
You see it here first.
Even though it's dated, yeah, it's dated heavily, but if you look back where it come from, and it still holds up today, even with all the cheap makeup and all that. And Savini even says it's one of his worst works, but he said that's just what the budget was. He said we did with what we had to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 4. So the 2004 Cody, we'll go on the same lineup. What would you give the 2004 remake?
Man, this one's so quick paced, and it goes by so quick. I hate to sound sacrilegious, but I've got to give it 3 PBRs because I don't have much time to get up and grab another beer because it clicks along. So there's not a lot of moments of relaxation in this film. It just keeps going, So
yep.
I'm not going to say it's better than the original, but it's definitely faster paced than the original. And
I agree. It's not better, but it hooks you deeper where you don't want to look away.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely has better rewatchability.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Now I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna say 2 PBRs, but I'm gonna differ in opinion. I think this is better than the original. This is one of the few remakes that I think surpasses the original, and that's a very small list.
I don't really feel that I can give an honest evaluation of that because I saw the remake before I saw the original for some strange reason.
See, I said this on an old podcast with me and Paul living in the past. When I used to get videos, I got them at a very young age. And it's because the guy knew I was such a horror fan that he went against our video card code where I basically couldn't. I could only rent up to PG movies, but he would let me pick any of my R-rated movies. And if he said, if you get caught, I'll deny it and say you stole it. So I saw a lot of these like gory movies when I was like 12, 13 years old. So when I saw Night of the Living Dead, he's like, well, now you have to see them in order. And I was like, wait, there's more? So I saw Dawn of the Dead when I was probably about 14 or 15. And then, of course, when 2004 came out. So my opinion differs on that because I did see the original first. So that's where my head's at.
Oh, me, I would say with the remake, I'd say about maybe 2 because just for the fact, like Cody, pointed out, it's so fast paced and you're just like, it keeps you in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Night of the Living Dead or Night of the Living, but Dawn of the Dead, like the 1978 version, you can have that in the background while you're barbecuing or something. You know what I mean? Like you just come in and see it. I would say, 2. I'll I'm going to teeter on 3, but I'm going to change it up. I'll put 2 for the 2004 remake. So
it would definitely be safe to say, gentlemen, that this movie does not give you musky madness.
Neither did Musky Madness. I understand that. The 78 would be one as long as it's playing in the background and you don't necessarily have to have your eyes locked on it. You could follow it.
Pretty much.
The 2004, once you glance at it, you can't look away.
Yeah. You're just in it.
Set up.
You're hooked.
Now, granted, if we were back in 1978, we probably couldn't have looked away at the original, But even though I'm kind of right there with Poe, I'm going to have to give the 2004 a 2.5. You know, it's not a perfect movie, but man, it hooks you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's one of them, and the rewatchability is just. I've seen this movie I don't know how many times, and like, but I did not realize and now I even like it even more after I watched for this show. I watched the '78 version, and I paid attention to it, slowed down, paused it, made notes. You know, and then when I watched, and like next day, I was watching the 2004 and all the throwbacks they did. And I know
Yeah.
I didn't catch all of them, you know, and there's just so many throwbacks they did to the original. I was like, wow. And I'm like Cody, you know, I saw the 2004 first, and then I went back and like, hell, I didn't even know this was a remake. You know, and then I went back and watched it. But yeah, a 2.5 for me on it.
Well, cool, dude. Well, there
Awesome.
you go.
Awesome. So, anybody who hasn't checked out the original Dawn of the Dead or the remake, check them both out. Watch them
Yes.
in any order you want to. I'm not going to tell you which order to watch them into or which version to watch, but just pick one.
I've seen all of the original ones now, and I do advise George A. Romero's.
I agree.
Because the makeup and stuff is not that great in the original, and George A. Romero's touches base more on the character, and you get more of a feeling for what the movie was supposed to be.
Well, and a lot more social commentary.
Yes. If you do Argento's, it's more fast-paced, focuses more on the Crayola blood and stuff like that, and just fucking skip the theatrical. Theatrical's junk.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But that being said, shall we get into a little news from the holler?
I guess
Might as
we
well.
should
Let's do it.
Not a lot been going on this week, honestly, in the horror genre.
Well, I don't have much myself.
All right, so that was news from
A smidgen. The Witcher is back on
nothing's
Netflix.
Going on.
I've already watched them all, and I forgot how they do the seasons of The Witcher. I have watched Volume 1, and Volume 2 will be dropping July 27th. I forgot how I don't remember if they do 4 volumes. Yeah. It's Volume 1 of The Witcher. It's like 4 or 5 episodes. And then you have to wait for volume. It's like you're fucking reading a book on Netflix. It's like, motherfucker, just drop all this shit at once so I can watch it.
Because Henry Cavill is not going to be a part of any of it. So
no, this is the last.
Yeah, he was really banking on that Superman comeback. I'm glad that worked out for him.
And I'm like, you know, this is like the best role you've ever fucking had. I'm like, I don't know if they kill him off in it or what, but I was like, the Witcher series is going to be dead after this because nobody's going to watch it after Gerald's not in there. So, yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I love it, but it makes me want to start playing the video game again. But
we got Crazy Rock Films, our buddy Aaron Hawkins. He says Insidious is coming out this Friday. The new Insidious.
The Red Door.
This Friday. All right.
The new Insidious. I'm not an.
Well, they're bringing back all the original cast. So.
Yeah, I don't. You know what?
They're not dead.
No, not.
Lynn Shay is probably drinking enough baby blood. She'll live forever.
True.
She's a new Betty White.
Wait, she's a Clinton?
No.
Holy shit! I didn't know she was a Clinton.
He's joking, folks. He's joking.
Rob made me say that.
It was all his idea.
I'm sorry.
The Insidious thing. What is this one called? The Red Door or something?
The Red Door.
Insidious
the Red
Volume
Door.
2.
What was the porno Behind the Green Door with Marilyn Chambers?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, they did put a lot of thought in this title, in other words.
Insidious. Like, okay, they brought He brought everybody back, and that's great. But I don't get it. Like, you've done so many Insidious.
Listen to me, Insidious behind the red door. So this is the anal no lube edition.
This is Insidious. The same shit, different fucking title.
Yeah.
Same shittiest, different day.
I gotta say, the first one had me from the previews they showed. I was like hooked. I couldn't wait. I went to the theater. I watched it. And I'm like, huh? No. I was like, this is horrible. This is no good. And then Banana Laser done covered it after Insidious Shittiest 2 had come out. And they started calling it Insidious, and I've been.
Oh, okay. They did it first.
Yeah, they coined that phrase. Yeah.
The Simpsons.
Banana Laser coined it. Yep.
Yeah. Banana Laser coined a lot of phrases.
Insidious.
Oh, you ain't a shitting. You ain't a shitting, Rob.
Ready for Insidious. No lube. Enjoy the splinters from the wooden handle. Oh my God! Here we go.
Just.
Insidious porno. They didn't know what was behind the door.
Starring Ron Jeremy.
Dude, that poor bastard, he looks like he should be fucking dead already. Like, I saw him in court, he had a fucking mask on, his hair's all white. He's just all fucking...
Hey, you just got a new idea for a zombie movie starring Ron Jeremy.
Oh my God.
Dick zombie.
Zombie dick.
I want to... is that something already? There's got to be.
No, Frankendick. Lorena Bobbitt's husband. No, seriously. Lorena Bobbitt's husband, after they reattached his dick, he came out with Frankendick and got into porno.
No shit. So it was actually called... Hold on. It was...
It was called Frankendick. I kid you not. Frankendick.
I'm not on board unless they had the little bolts on the side of his shaft.
I've never seen it. I've just seen the covers, but yeah, I'm sure they did.
Okay, whatever you want to say to help you sleep at night. No, we don't.
Aaron, why don't you cue the Things We Know commercial? The things you know.
Now you know.
I just can't believe he's like,
oh, yeah. Oh.
Check it out. We have an idea. Since you had your dick stone back on, we're going to call it Frankendick. And he's like, sign me up.
Well, at that point, I mean, somebody hollered at you like, the guy's sitting there recouping with stitches on his dick. And like, we want to make a porno with you. He's like, huh? We want to make a porno. We're going to pay you X amount of dollars. He's like,
oh my God.
My dick's already been cut off. Why not?
I'm just glad it still works, you know, man.
Or was it like the Munsters where you came to the door like, dun, dun, it.
Every time he...
better than Rob Zombie's The Munsters.
Oh, my God. Every time he got there, about the time he's about to come in, and then he just falls over, thud.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn it.
Was there any more news?
Hey, yeah.
Hey, Jason Blumhouse says,
fuck that.
Why you speak this blasphemy?
Yeah, fuck him after the Halloween films. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck Jason Blum. Even more fuck David Gordon Green.
Is he going to be in Shittiest 2 Anal Edition?
Yeah, we're done.
No, but Jason Blum has said things are looking good and right on track for a 2025 release of the Spawn reboot.
Okay, so here's the thing about the Spawn thing. I heard about that, and I thought Jamie Foxx and Todd McFarlane were on the same page. I guess Jamie Foxx isn't a part of this. Like, he was going to be Al, whatever.
What he was, he got vaccinated and now he's fucked.
now he is Spawn. No, but
now he looks like Spawn. He just his legs don't work.
Hey,
he's like Lieutenant Dan. Well, actually, I Actually, I heard since his legs don't work no more, Disney's redoing Forrest Gump, and he's going to be Lieutenant Dan in it, is what I heard.
You know what? Jamie Foxx is a fellow Texan, goddammit. And I'll stand by, and it sucks that he had to go through that, and I feel for him, but yes, that was funny, though. That was funny.
What's funny is when he said, "Yeah, I'm real fucked up. I got vaccinated." Those PR pit. Don't fucking say you got vaccinated, motherfucker.
Shh, be quiet. Shh.
Yeah.
Don't say the quiet part out loud.
Reaching everybody.
You're going to get us kicked off of YouTube.
I do got a little Friday the 13th news.
Oh, there you go.
We all know the Friday the 13th video game is online, is coming to an end. Well, I believe it's the end of this month, everybody that's still playing it will be repped out to the max just for the hell of it. So everybody, if you don't matter if you just started a month ago or you started 5 years ago, your Jason will be repped out to the max, and you have the ultimate gameplay for the last little bit.
You know what? You know the sucky thing about all this, and this is what pisses me off, is that these people at Gun Media made a badass fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
And because of all the disputes of the licensing and everything, they totally can you not try to save something that's badass? Like now you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like they came out with a game that the fans wanted, and I fell for it. You know, I went in
a game for the fans.
Exactly. No, you're right. And what pisses me off about it is I went in on it, and I paid for it, and I was enjoying it and everything. And then you saw teasers like Jason X and all this stuff. I was like, holy shit, this is so badass. And then for them to just
do everything,
the rug out from underneath them, that was so shitty. Like they worked on this. I followed this game. I think they even had, I want to say a GoFundMe, maybe an Indiegogo or something. They had
they had big outlooks for it, but
they
they kind of lost their lease on it. Is pretty much what it comes down to.
Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham fucked us. That's what it comes down to.
That's pretty much what it was. And you know what? They said, oh, we're going to come up with another game. Good fucking luck, because people are pissed off. How are you going to do another Friday the 13th game and then get everybody on board with it? And then just to see what you did with the other one. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
You can't tell me they're going to put the heart into it. Well, they put in the game with all the detail and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So,
because it was made by fans.
When you could get this game for $20. It was a $30 game when it first came out. And
when it come out, yeah.
I bought it. It was not an expensive game.
Guess what? Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out is like $35. The same people that made Friday the 13th are making a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, and I hope Texas Chainsaw Massacre game kicks the fuck out of the Friday the 13th game. That the people with the licenses, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta think of the fans.
Oh, and I guarantee it's going to be a fucking shitbag game, like a lot of movie-based games are. You know, the majority of them are.
Probably.
You know, you can't tell me. You cannot tell me that Victor Miller or Sean Cunningham, whichever one of those douchebags has the rights to the game, making the game. You can't tell me they're going to put the time and effort into it the Gun Media put into this one.
That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. And that's what they don't get. Have you seen any games that have come out that are made by major studios and stuff do fucking well? Not really.
Nope.
I mean, you heard the Avengers game and Guardians of the Galaxy game. They're not top dollar sellers because they were made by studios. They don't know what we want. They don't know that you know what I mean? They don't pay attention to detail. It just pisses me off. I hate talking about it because it pisses me off because the game was badass when it came out. And now it's like nothing. And it pisses me off. And maybe the new one will be
a decent following. It's still got a decent following to this day.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
But that being said,
bring down the mood and get everybody pissed off. No,
hey, we're I don't know. It may piss people off more or make them happy. I don't fucking know. But looks like Arrow is giving us about to give us a 4K version of The Ring, the American version, not Ringu, but The Ring.
Yeah.
We're going 4K of that. What else? Netflix, for some reason, is doing a sequel to Bird Box. No Sandra Bullock in this one, but we're getting Bird Box Barcelona.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
They're in Barcelona now.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. They're still blindfolded and they're in Barcelona. Yeah.
I think I would want to be blindfolded in Barcelona, but go ahead.
I want to be blindfolded if I have to watch that.
Bird Box 2, the shit box.
Shit box. Yeah, shit box. Bird Box 2, shit box.
Mahoney said it first.
Mahoney said it first, yeah.
Bird shittiest.
Bird shittiest.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
The poop
Travis said it first.
But on a brighter note, the animated film Coraline is returned to theaters next month for a limited run. I guess for its 10th anniversary, maybe.
Oh, that's cool.
But my second oldest daughter loves that film.
Oh, well,
she is done like the cosplay of that.
Coraline, not Coraline.
Coraline, that's what I said.
No, you said Coraline.
But
Coraline, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Coraline. No, you said Coraline.
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 Yeah, that's what I fucking
I knew what he was talking about.
The button-eyed bitch. The button-eyed
Not everybody understands backwoods talk.
Then they shouldn't be watching this show.
That was me. I thought you said the chorus line.
Damn it, Poe. There went our other 200 walkers. Or other 200 walkers. 200 walkers.
You heard it here. Chorus Line is returning to the theaters next month.
Chorus Line.
That's your dad trying to walk a line after drinking so much Coors Light, Cody.
Coors Line. Coors Line in theaters? What? I'm confused.
Sorry, Dylan Mulvaney.
Destroy that brand too. Why not?
But like Dad said when he got pulled over by the state trooper, he said when they asked him to walk, if he could walk the white line, he said, "Fuck no, but I can snort it if you want." Mortal Kombat 2 is now filming.
Oh, okay.
With
I was
Carl
disappointed by
gives
the
me
new
a
one.
little. Yeah, it wasn't that great. I didn't like it. But Carl Urban will be playing Johnny Cage from The Boys.
That doesn't make sense. But whatever.
He's a little old for it. The guy's pushing 50 now. I'm like, not that I have anything against older action stars. I fucking love the Expendable movies and shit like that. But that being said, Carl Urban, he's great in The Boys, but
yeah,
I'm like, Johnny Cage is supposed to be like this mainstream Hollywood action star. And we all know that most of them, once they hit their mid-40s, they kind of
take a break till they're in their 60s and then come back stronger than ever.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, Carl Urban in the Mortal Kombat. God, I hope it's better than the first one. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to reserve my judgment. I will watch it. Probably I'll wait for it to come out on. Yeah, I didn't like. Everybody fucking raved about the Mortal Kombat remake, and fuck, I don't know.
I'm one of them that thought it was decent enough. It was decent enough. It wasn't.
I remember when the original come out, and I loved it.
Oh, fuck!
The original was great.
I did, yeah. I still do.
And
I
got the soundtrack.
I've still got the soundtrack on CD somewhere.
Mortal Kombat.
All that techno shit. Yeah.
Hey, can I tell a quick Mortal Kombat story?
All right.
So when I was younger, I used to work in an arcade. I worked in an arcade, and when the original Mortal Kombat came out, I got so good at it that I would take time out of my like on my break. I would gamble people on the game, and if you won, if I won, you gave me $10. If I lost, I would give you all the coins to the video game machines that I had in my pocket. And sometimes there was like $30-$40 of coins.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but nobody knew how good I was, so I would scam people at my own job.
That's badass.
I would let them like pretend like pool players. I would like let them like beat me a little bit, and then all of a sudden just go medieval on them.
That's
Damn you, Mahoney! You had access to the machine. Of course, you're going to be badass.
Yeah, I used to walk away with $50 to $60 a day.
Yeah,
extra.
He could walk up and flip the machine to free play. Did all the practice he needed.
I know, no shit, dude.
Yep.
I remember back when that first come out, there were more fucking fights on the playground than dated in history. All the kids going, Mortal Kombat! There'd be like 5 or 6 fucking kid fights all across the playground.
But you remember, like, the game
fatality on the playground?
Yeah. Dude, the games that bid off of that, like, it was funny. You had all the regular arcade games. Mortal Kombat hit. And then after that, it was Primal Rage, and then Killer Instinct, and then you had Mortal Kombat 2 come out, and 3 and 4, and then it just like blew up from there. But that's where we
Street Fighters.
That. Yeah, but Street Fighter was out about the same time, but like Mortal Kombat was just like the fucking rated R fucking badass. Like you saw blood and people getting their heads ripped off.
Yeah, getting their damn spine ripped out.
That was cool shit to us. You know, we're like, fuck.
Oh, back in the Game Genie days too, where you could put, put in the cheat codes and do all the fatalities
on Sega.
And shit. Sega.
The Sega.
I gotta
put ABACABB.
Yes.
I had it on Super Nintendo and on Sega, but Sega you got to do all the fatalities.
Oh yeah, dude. We had the blood. Yeah.
I got a funny video game story. Y'all ever played the Sniper Elites?
Yes.
I haven't.
Well, the new one.
Those are badass, dude.
Oh, they're badass. The new one, Sniper Elite 5, has the one I believe from 2 or 3 where you could actually shoot them in the testicles.
Oh yeah.
Well, only on the old one it didn't show the testicle shot. The new one does. I mean, it shows the twig and the berries, and it shows the
and then it just like explain.
And I was playing down here. My boys would come down. Oh, you're playing the new Sniper? Yeah, I said, go ahead and watch, guys. And I had my headphones on because I was playing online, and a guy was running across the field, and I just made a quick snapshot, and I nailed him like through both testicles. And it shows the bullet cam hit, and you see the first testy pop, and the boys go, oh! And you see the second testy go pop, and they're like, and both of them were sitting here, and they were both just grabbing their throat, oh! And then you hear the little character on the screen, ah! Then it comes a testicle kill.
Dude, they should rename Sniper Elite the shooting Nazi balls, like Nazi
that ain't no
popper.
Shit.
They're like that's
Nazi testicles.
But there's even veins on them. I mean,
dude, it's insane.
The testicles and the blood veins.
The first time I saw Sniper Elite, my brother was playing. He's like, check this game out, and then you see like the bullet go through the skull and then the brains and everything. I was like, holy shit, dude, this is fucking
pops
insane.
An eyeball, everything. It even shows the bullet go through a mushroom. It's not just a straight projectile.
When it hits the sperm and it's like a little baby and the sperm explode like
Oh, wait a minute! You're thinking Human Centipede there. They haven't made that game yet.
Human Centipede, the video game.
Oh,
you see little sperms flying out. Hail Hitler! Hail Hitler! They're flying through the air.
Oh. Anyway. Second time Hitler's been mentioned in this podcast.
He would be proud.
Not to take anything away from him.
Or give him anything.
Yeah.
I'll give him some credit.
High five. Anyway. High five. Can we move on?
Okay.
After Cody-
On a brighter note to end on, they have found Julian Sands' remains.
Wait a minute, that's a brighter side?
Yeah.
yeah, they were bleached by the sun.
Julian Sands turned to sand.
Yeah. Finally found it, and he's been missing for like 6 months now. It took him a while, but apparently they weren't looking very hard.
I guess he's not much of a warlock, is he?
Well, I know what happened. Somebody drove those fucking stakes into the sand, and to pin his feet to the ground, and he's like, he was up on the mountain. He's like, well, fuck, I can't go anywhere now.
Brighter note, Julian Sands turned to sand.
Well, shit, there goes 300 views for this show. We're down to about $1.25 now.
But I did love the Warlock movies. I got to give it to
I did
him.
too.
Yeah,
After we got a guy,
You got to give it to Julian Sands.
Because he
he
said,
bleached with the best of them. We got a guy in a fucking
Julian
Confederate
Sands
flag.
I don't know. That's
oh, shit.
Yeah, we got a guy in a Confederate flag shirt
now.
almost hailing Hitler. Now we're making cracks on Julian Sands. Oh, shit.
Gentlemen, we're all going to hell.
Woo. Oh my god!
And then the other host can never remember any of the black characters' names. He just refers them to the black man.
He keeps calling them DMX.
Or DMX.
That was you. That was you. That was not me. Fuck you, man.
I know. No, I said you're the one in the Confederate flag shirt that kept praising Hitler earlier.
He didn't praise him. He just said,
I give him credit.
Kids are going to be like, Mama, I found this podcast. I don't think they neo-Nazis, but I ain't sure what the hell they are.
they're all over the fucking place. Jesus Christ.
They say they from the backwoods. I'm glad we live in the city. Damn.
Mama, what's the backwoods?
Maybe this will encourage him.
On a brighter note, Alan
society
Arkin died.
Yeah, Alan Arkin died. Yeah.
Some good news.
We're all going to hell.
R.I.P. Alan Arkin. He was hilarious.
I loved Alan Arkin. Yeah, that is super sad. But Jesus Christ, he's been like 80 years old for the last 40 years.
Right? He's you've lived your life.
Yeah, because shit, he was in Boston Legal, and when I thought he was in Boston Legal, he was like 80 years old.
In 80s movies, he looked like he was 80.
Comedic genius, no doubt. I mean, he was fucking funny as shit, dude. So
he's aged well.
Yeah, well, not anymore, but yeah.
No, he's like granddad. He's looked 80 since he was 40. That's not aging well.
Yeah, but it fools people well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. This is hilarious. Should we I don't know, we should promote our friends stuff. I mean, like, this fucking shit is all fucked up. Like, I don't know. This show is imploding like what, like Ocean Gate? Cody's the captain of this one.
What the fuck? Controller? What is it? Why does it say controller disconnected?
Dude, have y'all seen the animation of that real quick? Man, this fucking episode's gonna be 4 hours long. Real quick, like,
let's do it.
I saw a fucking animation of what it made it look like. It was like, you see the sub and then it implodes like that, and then they even animated blood coming out of the end of one of the ends of the sub. I was like, God damn, you didn't have to go that far with it, but all right. Like, it was an animation. It was crazy, dude. It was like a CGI thing.
Oh wow.
Because we're animaniacs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Big ups to those Ocean Gate people. Oh, what did I fucking kill the mood with the Ocean Gate thing? I'm sorry. Fucking,
No, I thought you were going to
Aaron
show a
started
video.
it. Look at this.
No,
Aaron.
we're waiting on the video.
Oh no, I don't have it. I can get it.
What the fuck?
Oh, we thought you were talking about it to play it.
Well, goddamn, I just thought of it right now because he put that image in my head. Anyway, I'll get it at a later day. Actually, you know what?
All
I need to fucking find this. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves. Talk
God, do we have to?
motherfucker.
Are we
Yes.
forced to?
Are we forced to? I don't know. You're on a fucking show.
Oh, Christ. We don't endorse Hitler on this show. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh, now you say it. Now he says it.
Oh,
After all the Hitler talk, we do not endorse what we're saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
God,
shit.
that's funny.
Oh,
That's fucking hilarious.
What the fuck? I found it on
Shit.
Reddit, and they're not. Goddamn, YouTube, catch up with it.
Has anybody overlaid the David Bowie song, Major Tom to Ground Control, over it yet?
Ground control.
To be the time.
Oh, here it is. Here's the animation. This is so messed up, dude. Like, it's all fucked up. Like, how did they couldn't have done a better version of this? This is so stupid. Hold on. I'm coming back. Sorry, guys. I was on YouTube World here. Here we go. Animation of the Ocean Gate. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? All right. That's the animation they came up with. Isn't that crazy? Gee. Holy crap. Imagine that, dude. That's insane. All right. That's enough of that.
Yeah.
This is a weird sound. Boom.
Yeah, one thing about it, they'd never feel it. It'd be
Dude,
so
they were
fast.
probably like in mid sentence, like, isn't this great? Like, they didn't even. That's what they said. It was like milliseconds, dude. Those people didn't feel any pain. But the news made us believe people were like in a tin can, like, it's out of here. We're going to run out of air. And it's like they died like the Sunday you reported it. They were already imploded.
Oh, that's what they were saying. People's like, oh yeah, they may be down there. I'm like, no, if they're the Titanic and they're having technical difficulties, they're fish food. They're
they're
imploded, and there's bits and pieces everywhere.
Exactly,
That's
dude.
Yeah. Where I've seen one, but where are all the Leonardo DiCaprio memes?
Oh, there's shit.
There was a
I'm
couple,
sorry,
dude. Everybody went nuts
but
with the memes.
As soon as I would have got on that sub and got down there and saw they had an Xbox controller, I'd be like, oh, bullshit. PlayStation, I'm in. Xbox, fuck you, I'm out. I would have got the fuck out.
Maybe a PS4 or 5. Goddamn.
I was like, you know how many of the Red Ring of Deaths I've seen mid-gameplay? I don't even fucking think so.
Now, if I would have gotten there, they would have the fucking Atari joystick with the one button. I'm like, you fuckers are crazy, but I'm in.
This is legit. No, you son of a bitch,
Cody,
I'm in.
You would have jumped in and been like, all right, do we have towels to wrap around the console and overheat it in case we have the Red Ring of Death to bring it back? Remember, folks, we're going to be deep. Remember, we did that with your one Xbox. You kept getting the Red Ring of Death, so we
with
wrapped
several
it
of
in
them, yes.
towels and all
Blankets.
that. And guess what? And guess what? I still got my original PS2 and PS3, and guess what? They function.
Wow.
Your Xboxes are dead.
Yeah, the game's
anyway.
just stuck, but they still function.
No.
Was there any more news?
Only thing we didn't have was Halo.
I think I threw it away.
That's all right.
I think that was about it.
Cody had some shit about Hitler, but he felt wrong about broadcasting it now. So,
all right, we're just gonna avoid that. Let's think of the right turn here.
Hitler did meth. I was not
Yes,
condoning that.
yes, he did.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe a little.
and you can tell we're backwoods and we don't do meth because we have all of our teeth, in case everybody hasn't noticed. So. These aren't dentures.
Wait a minute, I don't have my teeth in.
No, but
Oh shit,
that's different.
Rob,
dude.
you were supposed to stay quiet.
Said, "Here, brother Mahoney."
That's for next month's show.
People,
Damn it!
People already hail me.
We'll save that for the Nazi zombies episode.
Oh God, I will be absent that episode.
Oh, the next with our Hitler.
Our special guest, Hitler.
Oh my God,
Rob, can you go with the mustache for us? I mean, you can do it.
Okay.
No, oh my God, Boston, I could be murdered.
Boston Hitler.
So sounds like a sitcom. Boston Hitler is brought to you by. All right, so we got our buddy Morgan Wellborn. He's doing a promo, and it's called Pervert Magazine, and you can make up a character, and it's in this magazine. I have the video. Y'all want to play it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go.
Don't you want it? 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 Don't you want it?
That's pretty cool.
So if you want to be on Pervert Magazine, there you go.
Wasn't Grandpa in that?
I think so. Yeah, he was. Paul Resso was the fucking first one on there, I guess. And then I have a premiere for Ken Ace Brewer's new film called Death Bitch. And this is it is a concept trailer. So let's check this out. Let's see what he's got.
Shoot.
Bitch, give me the money! I told you to give me the fucking money! I know you did!
There you go. Death Bitch. I've been looking forward to this.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, he told me the concept about a year ago, I think, and he was talking about it. I'm like, yeah, that sounds badass. So it's like his action movie. He's been doing horror movies.
Yeah.
Zombie Rage is the next movie that's going to be coming out very soon.
Yep.
And then we got Death Bitch after that. So
Yep. Kind of like all of his death parks.
yeah.
Yep.
So
And it's
check it
kind of
out.
like a
Yeah.
throw out
And
to
most of
Bronson
his shit
Death
is,
Witches.
yeah, most of his shit's available on Tubi, and check it out, definitely.
Yeah, TV. Yeah.
I had a blast with Like Father, Like Daughter. That was really fun. Yeah, I mean, that's how you do low budget and indie filmmaking,
dude.
in my opinion. It's you gotta have
Get
fun
a bunch
with
of friends together and film something.
That's it. When are we going to be graced with another film from your kids, Cody? Like y'all, is there going to be another short film?
Oh, I'm sure there will, and She has a back catalog. She's got like 7 other ones she's done, but I keep prodding her to keep going.
Yeah.
Making new stuff,
Hell
and
yeah.
it's
Hey, that's already better than Halloween Evil Lives.
Yeah, well, first off, this one was made. That one's still not made.
True. Good point. Good point.
but yeah.
Coming 2025, and then 7, and then 8, and then it'll never show up.
He still has his Indiegogo up too.
Really?
Yep.
Whatever.
It's moved like $2,200 in like the last 2 years.
Jesus.
That's it.
Nice. Well, we'll see if that movie ever gets made.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I barely do craft services for my daughter's film, so
Hey, you did do a very expensive part. You guys put up the pool.
Yeah, that's like 300-400, right?
At least.
At least.
they're not cheap.
Well, that's what I brought to the table, gentlemen.
Same here. I think that will be about it for the Backwoods Horror. Oh, Mahoney, you want to pimp anything out?
I just want to do one. So I'm gonna do a new Father Mahoney's House of Horrors. It's gonna be not this Thursday. I was gonna do this Thursday, but I'm gonna hold off till next Thursday. I'm working on getting a guest. The topic will be Children of the Corn, and we'll touch on some of the sequels, but it's mostly gonna be about the original. Hoping to work on a guest soon. And the reason I think I mentioned this earlier, the reason I skipped over Maximum Overdrive is because of copyright, and I'm gonna hold off till I can get on Rumble, and then I'm gonna come back and do Maximum Overdrive and the 1997 Trucks, which is basically the remake.
Cool.
Okay,
Cool.
So that's all I got today.
Sounds good. Yeah. I just like to say thanks everyone for joining in and watching. Of course, Mr. Nanners and Aaron from Crazy Rock Films. Thanks a million for jumping in, and anybody else who watched. I would
via Rumble.
Yeah. Check us out on Rumble, and check out Ne'er Do Wells and Mahoney
Morning
Massacre and all
Brew.
our all our other great shows on Rumble. We're really trying to build that up, and so far we're getting a lot of views there as compared to YouTube, and we're not censored there. And if you guys have watched even one episode, part of one episode of our shows, you know we won't survive on YouTube.
No, not for long.
But
You were the hunted on YouTube.
Pretty much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is all from the Backwoods Horror Show. We appreciate everybody watching, and see you.
I'm so glad we kept this under 2 hours tonight.
Almost 2 hours times 2.
Yeah. Good night.
Amazing!